You and I going out tonight, guaranteed to blow your mind so high you won't come down. Everybody's got a million reasons to blow your brains out with Ricky Warden and my other host of this show, Dave Jarvis. Good evening, David Jarvis.
My brother, how are you doing this fine Wednesday evening?
Kicking ass on another hump day Wednesday.
Very good. See, this is why Wednesdays are the day to live for. So everybody can pay attention Wednesday night, 9 to 11. Blow your brains out with Ricky Warden and Dave Jarvis. How are you, Ricky?
Man, I'm kicking major ass. We got Mojo Frankenstein on the show with us tonight. We have Elmo Jones production stopping by for a little bit, and then also Nathan Utz of Resisting Bites. So we got a power-packed show tonight. I've been excited, all week long.
Excellent. That's 2 weeks in a row of a full house. I love that.
Hey, kind of the cherry on top is that we have a new X610 Chill song released today called Wheels. That was a lot of fun. I got to enjoy the premiere.
Yes, sir. That video was done by Mike Lambert of Rivethead fame.
Hello, Mike Lambert. Kick-ass video.
Yeah, that was all taken from the Deep Ellum Classic Car Show that happened last year, I believe.
Thank you, Deep Ellum Classic Car Show, for lending your stuff to X610 Chill. That song Wheels is popping.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Now, speaking of popping, our beautiful guests tonight, how are y'all doing right now? LT and Mark, say hi to the people.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Very nice. Where y'all speaking from?
Mark,
Go ahead, Luke.
I'm speaking from the mighty Denton, Texas.
Oh, shoot.
Matter of fact, not just Denton, Texas, but at the University of North Texas campus in Denton, Texas.
Woo, ain't nobody gonna knock you for that, brother. We'll take that, Mojo.
Right, the home of Dr. Phil, right there.
Or Mean Joe Green. I was gonna go Mean Joe Green, but Dr. Phil will give you that. All right.
What the hell? They both make money and they're really tall.
Yeah. Hallelujah.
Now, how are y'all gentlemen doing this fine Wednesday evening? Is life being good to you this year?
It couldn't be any better.
Yeah.
Man. What's going on in Mojo world?
We're
Go ahead,
Luke.
Luke.
We're gonna play a show tomorrow night with, one of the greats of the business. I mean, good grief, man. I mean, the cat from Bar 7. Oh, wait, I mean Tesla. I'm serious. The World is a Freak is a great album from Bar 7. Just saying, if anybody doesn't know, go check it out. Find it on YouTube and blast it. That's a great album Tommy did with Bar 7. But I'm so excited to be playing with this new band and opening up for them tomorrow night. It's going to be great.
And for the folks out there that are not aware, he is talking about the big show at Mavericks in Arlington tomorrow, March 2nd. Doors at 7?
7 o'clock. Absolutely.
All right. First band at 8. Sounds like a fucking fantastic lineup. We had Nathan from Resistant Bite on last week. He's a wonderful guy. I don't know if you've met him, but he's very friendly.
Have you guys got a chance to listen to any Resistant Bite?
Resistant Bite, absolutely.
Yeah,
I got turned on to him through Jerry Warden, who booked the show there at Mavericks.
Yeah,
and cool. when he told me, when he mentioned Tommy's name being involved with it, so I listened to their latest stuff and was blown away. I mean, it was absolutely produced fantastic, sounds marvelous. But again, I'm a little bit of an old school guy, and I kind of start reverting back. I mean, his stuff, like I said, anything he's done after Tesla and in between Tesla, the Bar 7 stuff, to me, that was one of my favorite albums, in the last 15 years. I mean, good stuff all around. So I'm very excited. But the resist and bite, that stuff's on point. That's good stuff. That's good, clean musicianship. Very excited to be playing with those guys.
Yeah,
Very
well,
nice.
songs. So thank you, LT. I'm glad that you took the time to listen to it, and that you're on here tonight because you're a little support for me. I listened to the record. There's a podcast called Waste Some Time with Jason Green out of
Yes.
I started listening to that well over a year ago, well over a couple of Christmases ago, back in the beginning. I just have a way of stumbling across the good stuff early. And so Tommy was on the Christmas show 2 years ago talking resist and bite. So I immediately went over. So I've been enjoying the record the whole of 2022. And, I know what good music is. I'm not going to, it's just great rock and roll. And I don't like making comparisons. I just know to tell you that I've had a great time listening to that record. I've listened to that one record just as much as or more than any other record in 2022. So I've enjoyed it.
Oh, come on, make comparisons.
Well, hey, when you're in a band,
I can, but
resist and bite, and when you put out a song it's called Ode to Lemmy, I mean, I don't know if you got a chance to check that tune out or not.
oh yeah.
But what a great tune. I mean,
Yeah, so Resist and Bite put out a song called Ode to Lemmy. That would be the ace of spade, the Motorhead himself, Lemmy Kilmister. So that's telling right there
absolutely
where the band's coming from. But, also there's another side to them. They're not just a hard rocking, metal band. They definitely have some slower songs that are very good songs. They're well written with great builds, still have solid lead guitar work in them and all of that. All right. So with that, would you guys like to hear the brand new Resist and Bite called Baptized by Fire? There it is. We were baptized by fire last week with Nathan Utz. And so I'm going to go ahead and play this song. You guys ready? We're going to crank it up.
Let's do it.
Boom.
Right. Brand new right here. Resist and Bite performing live tomorrow night at Mavericks in Arlington, Elmo Jones Productions. Y'all hang around because we got Elmo Jones Productions coming on the show in a minute. We have Resist and Bite coming on the show later. I will be checking the comments, so everybody get active in the chats, whether you're on Facebook or whether you're on YouTube. Any questions you have in the chats, any comments you have, I'll make sure it makes it onto the show. So everybody get ready. Coming at you right now for the first time. This is Resist and Bite, brand new song in over a year and a half, Baptized by Fire. What is that right there? Is that Baptized by Fire? I should do a reset.
She said, by all means, we want to go to Sodom. She wanted to
Take
go
two.
where the good times were. With their wealth came a lifestyle of hedonism, sexual obsession, and perversion, the like of which has hardly ever been equaled in the history of the world. As God has sent a flood to destroy our corrupted humanity in Noah's day, he sent a totally destroying judgment of fire.
Hiya!
Change
That was
all right.
beautiful. Baptized by
Awesome, man.
fire by Resist and Bite.
Sounded great.
Take it away, Dave Jarvis.
Well, I just want to say to all the people out there, thank y'all very much for supporting us. And only here on BYBO will you not only hear great local music, but great bands that come through the local area.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's been my vision from the beginning. This is what we used to do over on KNON when we did the metal show back in the 80s. It's always made sense to me to do, a local show, right? You support local bands. That's what we do. I mean, all our friends we were all in bands. So, that's what you do. And so Jerry did a metal show. And when Elmo Jones production comes on, maybe he can tell us some of the details. But he did a metal show, and then I did it on KNON for a couple of years. And the whole idea is to play all the local bands' music and have all the local bands participate in the show and have a good time together. But
That's
then
right. And
also support the touring bands. That's how you support the local scene and the national acts at the same time, is when they're coming through on tour. Man, I would interview them and, bring them to the studio and, all that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, in the studio, we have Mojo Frankenstein. Now, tell me, gentlemen, how did the band come about?
Well, back about 10 years ago, after being in bands forever, me and Luke, we quit for quite a while. And about 10 years ago, our bass player, John Washington, came to us and asked if we wanted to put a band together. And at first, we really wasn't into it very much, to be honest with you. We've been beat down pretty good by it all. And he just kept on us and kept on us. And finally, we got it together, and it's been going a good 10 years now.
Nice. Now, why did you quit in the first place?
You want to take that one, Luke?
Yeah, I was going to say, well, maybe Mark quit, but I never quit. I kept playing and figuring out what band to be in, or how to start my own band, or how to do my own thing. But at the end of the day, it's always, when you write your own music and you play your own music and you want people to do it, hey, this is the song, this is how it goes. Yeah, you want to let them have some artistic expression in it. It's hard to find those folks that are going to do that. And it just took the right environment and creativity. So when we stopped, there was a band I started called Mad Hatter back in the late 90s, early 2000s, that, we made this circuit with bands like Bowling for Soup, Hellified Funk Crew, out of a Dallas Denton-ish type band, Slow Roosevelt. We played that scene.
Pimpadelic.
And Pimpadelic, yes. That was our groove. But I always like to say we were the Buck Cherry before Buck Cherry. Yeah. We hung on to the Stones, Guns N' Roses, and Motley Crue. We hung on to all that through the rap rock craze of the early 2000s. We were still playing rock and roll music that people were like, they were shocked to hear it, but at the same time, they wanted to party to it. So we would go play these places where there was people being, you were either really angry at the system, or you were playing pop rock, punk, whatever you want to call it. And then we were just a rock and roll band in between. We were closing the show playing Talk Dirty to Me by Poison. And at the time, that was unheard of. But we were putting our own stamp on it and doing our thing. And, to this day, we still feel like we are John Lee Hooker to Johnny Thunders and then everything else. We are that creation. And that's why we got the name Mojo Frankenstein. We're a little bit of everything.
Well, hey, LT, I'm going to break in on you, man, because I got a special treat for you tonight.
Absolutely.
You already know it's some Resist and Bite. We got both Nathan Utz and Steve Stokes on to blow your brains out this evening.
Welcome, gentlemen.
What's going on?
What up, dude?
We are baptized by fire.
Yeah.
Nice. We're here in Nashville, Tennessee, at my humble abode.
Thank you for having us. This is Steve Stokes, the other screaming lead guitarist in Resist and Bite. Hello, Wendy's.
And Bud Light.
I got
Hey.
pork chop in a can. He's got
Chicken fingers.
chicken fingers.
I forgot I had my cam off.
Dinner of champions right there.
No rest for the wicked, man.
Hey, my
How are things in
7-year-old
Tennessee currently?
Oh man, it's wet, raining. It's warm though. It's nice. I've been in the Caribbean all week, and I brought the warmth back with me, but I also brought the terrible weather back too. So,
Oh, so we can thank you.
Squeeze
Yeah.
in a vacation with the wife there, Stokes?
Yeah,
I
we
did.
both are.
I did. She's sitting right behind me here.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Hey, how has the Baptized by Fire song been received in the first 24 hours?
Oh man, I think it's been great so far.
Yeah.
You know, Sleaze Rocks picked it up, and All Music Magazine. Yeah,
Yo, Sleaze Rocks. Yo, All Music.
we've gotten. I don't think we've gotten any negative feedback yet. I mean, how can you? I don't want to be too egotistical, but it's a badass song, right?
Oh, yeah. No, it is. Yeah. Yeah. Like Nate was saying last week, it's kind of got that different vibe. It's got a poppy element, little fusion there, if you will. But, that's how every one of y'all songs are. They're all an experience. If you just listen to 60 seconds of any one of your songs, you're missing out. You get to listen to the whole song, right?
I appreciate that, man. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, I love this song too. It's got every element that I personally like into it.
Me
You know,
too.
it's got a crazy intro, ethereal kind of intro, and then it goes straight into harmonized lead guitars, which is just, that's my
We
favorite
laughed,
thing.
we cried. You can dance to
We
it.
laughed, we cried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's new. That's unique, right?
I've got a little
Yeah.
trivia about
You
the
know,
song.
if they still played rock in DFW, I'll bet that would be on the radio.
DFW, Dallas Fort Worth. That's where
That's
we're
the
headed.
one.
Where we're headed.
Yeah, we don't have a rock station on the FM dial anymore.
Yeah, it's all word of mouth and people that care.
Say it ain't so.
Hey, this
So-
is it.
Man,
Time presses on.
Hey, so I've got a little trivia about Baptized by Fire for you, if you
Great.
if you will. So what you hear there is everything we did in studio here in Nashville and at my studio, except for his lead vocal. We actually did that. That's the demo vocal that we did in my apartment here
Right above us.
as we wrote it. And it was just flowing out onto the paper, into Pro Tools. And it was so good that when we got in to do the actual recording of the studio, we're like,
Why are we doing this?
why are we doing this?
You just mixed it right in, and
Well, we just caught the moment. There was a lot of things going on actually for both of us at that point. It was just the emotions were in it, man. It was just you can't, some things you just can't reduplicate. And we tried, and it was like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this?
well, the production of the song is as good as any other part of the song. The production, Stokes, is off the fucking hook, bro.
That's
Thank you,
him.
man. Thank you. Yes.
He
a
is
lot
for
of-
hire.
Yes.
Did you have your hand in the debut recording also?
Say it again.
Say it again.
Steve Stokes, did you also participate in the production of the first debut record?
I did a little bit, not so much. Our EP that we did before that,
Myth,
Uh-huh.
Myth and Lemmy
Pain.
and Pain. I did those songs. I recorded and mixed those songs. But this one we really wanted to just kind of get an external force. So we got Mike Rosen to come in, and he did a wonderful job of producing and engineering. And
Thanks to Tommy Skio.
thanks to
They
Tommy.
really did.
Yeah, and so I really just wanted to be hands off and play guitar for that. And through that, I was like, I kind of started missing. I'm like, you know what? I really like putting my sound on this for mixing. We gave it a shot with Baptized by Fire, and so that's kind of how we ended up there with that. But yeah, I wanted to just play guitar on the album, basically.
Well, it worked out great. I love the record. LT listened to it when y'all booked the show together, and he likes it. Hey, speaking of that, LT, you guys, this is LT from the band Mojo Frankenstein and Mark Taylor over here from Mojo Frankenstein. Do one of you guys have a question for these guys in Resist and Bite?
I do have a question, actually. Guys, first off, thank you guys for making good rock and roll music.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, really, guys, hallelujah. And the fact that you guys are coming through the DFW Metroplex and bringing y'all's brand, it is so appreciative.
Thank you, LT.
Absolutely. And we're so honored to be opening for you guys tomorrow night, and we're looking forward to it. We've spread the word as much as possible. And the more and more I listen to you cats, and every day every day I go to the gym and I hit the treadmill and I'm running, I put on a Resist and Bite new song, and I'm just floored by not just the musicianship, but the songwriting and the production of it all. And I'm so excited for people here in DFW in the Metroplex
tomorrow night
to hear it. I'm so excited, guys. Thank y'all.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you guys, I don't know if you're prepared or not, but you're talking about, we've been 5 dogs in a cage for a couple.
We're ready to rage.
You guys are getting the initial starting gun of this year for us. I mean, we're about to really freak out. So
can't wait, man.
We can't either. We're super excited about it.
And I was going to say, you're coming through DFW and you chose not to do Deep Ellum, but you actually went to Arlington, where people actually still care about music. We really appreciate that here in Arlington, by the way.
Huge Pantera.
Absolutely. I heard the Pantera.
No offense to Deep Ellum
reference. Absolutely. And everybody knows that shit flows downhill. So just saying, Deep Ellum, let's leave Deep Ellum to Deep Ellum. Right? Yeah. Let's leave Arlington to Arlington and appreciate it for the greatness that it is and the history that it presents with the DFW Metroplex and the great music scene that it also can provide. And absolutely so excited.
Us too, man.
Yeah, we're leaving in like 6 hours.
Yeah.
I was going to say earlier, he said where you guys were at, and I was like, holy shit, man, they're going to have a hell of a trip.
They got a haul. Yeah.
Skateboards.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys for making it. Y'all are doing a whole Texas swing. Y'all are stopping off in San Antonio on Friday and Houston on Saturday, right? And that's the way to do it, bands.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
That's right. I saw on y'all's itinerary, y'all are playing Fitzgerald's down in Houston.
Yeah.
Or no, in San Antonio. That's a great venue right there.
Right. And then BFE in Houston's.
Right. And Come and Take It in Austin, right?
No, that got pulled, I think.
Yep, that's not
dang.
Leave it to fucking Austin. Leave it to Austin to do some bullshit.
That one didn't work.
Pull it out and run.
We're
gonna tomorrow's
song. Hey, that's the name of a song for Mojo Frankenstein. Pull it out and run.
We'll be ready tomorrow night.
That's a motto for life right there.
That's the Satchel tune sound. That sounds like Steel Panther to me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's the name of a podcast. There used to be a local podcast here a few years ago. It was called Pull It Out and Run.
Pull it out and run. That's good.
Yep. The guy today is producing movies with guys from Love Sick Drug and stuff. So I forget the guy's name. Forgive me, dude, if you're listening, but he was a badass dude then. He's kicking ass today. I hope he'll be there at the show tomorrow night, front and center, singing all the songs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yep. We're excited. We go on about 11 o'clock tomorrow night at Mavericks, and we are ready to rock.
All right, guys, I have to say this. This is the show you want to bring your girls to, okay? This is just that kind of fucking music, all right? And if you you know what I'm saying, just bring the ladies. Let's all have a good time together. Going crazy.
stuff you can dance to for sure. It's like, and so it's like Ode to Mr. Static, Evil Disco. There's some
Hey,
there's
bro, we got some headbanging ladies around here too, you know.
danceable rock in this.
I'm curious about band names: Mojo Frankenstein and Resistant Bite. Those are interesting names. Where do they come from?
It's a S&M club in
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a member. I've actually signed up. I've never got my packet.
Oh,
I'm
it's a
waiting
video
for
at
it.
the Lions Den.
I'm waiting for the packet. Damn it. No, Mojo Frankenstein is actually, after years and years and years of playing music, one day wanted to put a band together after another band had been put together, another band. And I said, you know what? At the end of the day, it's a little bit of Mojo. And Frankenstein is simply, we got the blues from John Lee Hooker to freaking Pantera.
Right.
I mean, it's everything in between.
So you just went through a scrapyard of body parts and just sewed it all together. I like that. That's good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Pieced it all together. Struck it with lightning.
We got Oscar here.
What up, puppy? Who do we have here, guys?
This is Oscar
Hey, Oscar. Hello, puppy.
Yorkie.
Is Mojo opening the show?
Oh,
I don't
my
think
God.
so.
How dare you state that? No way.
My bad.
We are DFW freaking no, I'm just playing. No, we're the second band into the evening.
So we're opening the show, I thought.
Yeah, we're the
I thought that too.
That's what I thought.
Everybody get there early.
We're a matinee show. It's like 4 happy hour.
Damn it,
Oh, wait.
Jerry.
Is Cortez opening?
Cortez is opening, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, Ricky, we got to get Cortez on the show sometime, man. They're great people.
Yeah. Hey, Al, come on. He
We've
can
done a
come
few
on
shows
tonight if
with
he
him.
wants to.
Right. Oh, and I was gonna say, the shit runs downhill and let Deep Ellum be Deep Ellum. Nobody has done more for the music scene in Arlington than Jerry Warden. Okay, we need to establish that right quick. Okay, Jerry, I hope you get on the show, man. But if you don't, understand that your presence is felt far beyond what you realize, brother.
There you go. Elmo Jones Productions. That's the promoter of this show, guys.
Man, you guys are awesome. Thanks for having us. We got to hit the hay, though. We got to 4 a.m.
I was gonna say, AM's coming early, guys.
Yeah, it's on the
Be
way.
ready. Hey, be ready to party because there's a couple of beers with Mojo Frankenstein's name on them for you guys.
I'm down.
Yes.
There you go.
Hey, check this out. Have your, really be prepared because there is a craft beer location like across the parking lot called Division Brewery. That is the best crafted beer in really the state of Texas. I mean, it just it doesn't get better. I mean,
They'll fuck you up, son.
Well, here's the thing with craft beer, and it's maybe me because I'm already hyperactive, but one of the things I like about craft beer is it doesn't give you a slow buzz. I get energy. Like it's craft beer. It's a complete different experience from drinking a bottled beer.
Energy you're feeling is alcoholism.
Yeah,
Could
be. Each craft beer tastes like a different part of Gary Busey.
That's you getting more shots.
I have to agree.
All right, so there it is, everybody. Craft beer and shot. You guys gonna black tooth with us tomorrow night?
Right on, dude.
Maybe
You guys gonna black tooth grin with us tomorrow night?
Yes, please. Yes. In respects to my favorite Arlington band of all time. Yes, absolutely.
All right, so here's to a whole lot of Pantera tomorrow night and a whole lot of Resist and Bite, Mojo Frankenstein.
Respect.
All right, you gentlemen be safe on the road tomorrow, all right?
Yes, sir.
Safe travels.
God bless, guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Thanks for having us.
See you, man.
Thank you.
Hey,
All right, how about that, LT? Mark Taylor, we got Resist and Bite, blowing your brains out tonight, hitting the road.
Yeah.
Gonna be kicking ass tomorrow night.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time.
It is for me.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to tell them now that we're slowed back down. Maybe they'll listen. I haven't been out of the house, have I, Dave Jarvis?
No, you're always busy working or taking care of the kiddo.
Man, I haven't been to a show since my last show. The last show I was at was the one I performed at before the fucking pandemic.
Wow. That's been a while.
I invite all of my friends and friends that are girls out tomorrow night to the front of the stage to enjoy the experience together, screaming these words to these songs at the top of our lungs the way we do.
Yeah, dude. The last show or the last artistic venue that I went to was there was a theater, and Kevin Smith did a Q&A, and he presented Clerks 3. And so that was back in like November, I think, and that was the last time that I went out.
Hey, LT, you just have muted your mic was all. That's so funny. You just muted your mic. That's all. Hello?
No, it's all good, brother.
Nice smile.
I hate to hear that you were locked away for so long, man.
Oh, I haven't, man. Before I sound like it's all sorrow, I have been with my grandson. So I've been on.
Well, that's all good then.
Yeah, I've been on top of a whole different mountain, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, damn right. Yeah.
I haven't met him, but he's a good kid as far as I can tell.
Yeah, he's a badass, and I'd like to take him to the show tomorrow night, but just the band's gonna be he'll crash out by 10:30 or 11, and no matter what you do.
Right
so
on.
Just in time to see Mojo.
There you go. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, tomorrow night's my night, so there you go, everybody.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Yep, Dave, I hope you're able to make it out, man. It'd be really kick-ass to see you, but if you can't, I understand.
I'm gonna try. I'm definitely gonna try.
Come on,
I already
Dave.
know
Let's
that.
go. Let's get this.
I understand.
I got my Mojo Frankenstein, and it's Frankenstein. And
have y'all played Mavericks before?
Several times. Yeah, it's a good time over there.
Gonna keep on rising.
Did y'all play like during the whole management shift that happened?
Yeah, we've played both. Yeah, and
the weird thing is, man, we play whoever calls us to come play.
Yeah,
and that's the truth. We love to play rock and roll music, and if the phone rings or the message comes through and it says, "Hey, come over here and bless us with some Mojo Frankenstein for 45 minutes to an hour," we're on our way. There's no questions asked. We don't discuss price. We just show up and deliver the goods.
Deliver the goods.
Do y'all got what else you got on the books coming up besides tomorrow?
We got Strokers coming up on Saturday.
Oh dang!
Really?
Gonna pull out a 3-hour show, eh?
Yeah. More like a 4-hour.
That takes a lot out of us. Trust me.
It's
like we have to do a show, then reboot, do a show, reboot, do a show.
That's exactly what it is.
We are literally the Ramones. We're 45 minutes, cloud of dust, get out the door. But every once in a while, for a place like Strokers, we will hold it together for the 3 hours. And then we're going to be where, Mark? Killer Tacos here in Denton, Texas.
Yeah, we'll be there on
dude. Killer's Tacos, love that place.
Yeah, we'll be there on Good Friday, and then
O'Reilly's.
We got an O'Reilly show sometime in May.
The 24th of June.
There you go.
24th of June on Forest Lane. O'Reilly's. We're going to be kicking ass. Killer Tacos. Check out our website. Mojo Frankenstein, get there, and we're doing all things good.
Well, wonderful. Here's the beauty of what we are doing here tonight, brother, is that I can take you anywhere you want to go. You just have to kind of give us a little direction. Where can we find those shows at? Are they all on your Facebook page?
I believe absolutely. I think all of those events have been.
They should be. I know that.
Well, for the record, this is Stroker's Ice House over off of Harry Hines, and I want to give a shout out to Rick Fairless kicking major ass.
Yeah.
I know Rick Fairless, or remember him anyway. He might still he used to remember me. You know how it is, right? From Kelly Moore. This guy used to sling paint at Kelly Moore. He's a painter.
Really? I used to work for
Rick
PPG.
Fairless.
So yeah.
I was gonna
Did
say,
you really? How about that?
Mark, you're in the same boat, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a question with Strokers and with Killers Tacos. Are y'all inside or outside?
We're definitely outside at Strokers. But
Killers
the
will depend on the weather.
Yeah.
Killers, they have an option there, so we'll be inside if it's a little too chill or a little too rainy. At Strokers, hell, they'll outright cancel your ass. The show won't go on. But at Killer Tacos, rain, sleet, or snow, we're going to be playing here for that gig.
I prefer the inside at Killer Tacos. It's loud and it's just nasty and good. I like it.
Look at that right there.
Yeah.
I love that Killers Tacos is like a house converted into a taco shack, converted into a venue.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And they've got all the same craft beers that you can find at Division Brewing. They just have different Denton-ier names.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Right. Join me over on Facebook at the Mojo Frankenstein Facebook page. These are your boys right here. Let me pull up this picture. Check that out. That's what you're in for.
I need to do a plug. I need to do one plug.
Yeah, of course.
Because Mojo Frankenstein and Twisted Tea are in sponsorship. Hey, if you're ever parched, if you're ever thirsty, want to have a good time, Twisted Tea is the drink for you. Enjoy.
Shit, where's our Twisted Tea? What you talking about?
Hey, a case will be delivered in 3 days' time.
Hey, that's great because I was just about to go out and get me some Liquid Death.
Oh, can't beat that water.
Dude, that's the best beverage to beat a motherfucker over the head with because he said the wrong word.
Dude, that's the best podcast joke that I have.
That is one of the most wonderful videos fucking ever. Motherfucker just stepped too casually into that one dude's space and he just took a Twisted Tea and busted it right over his fucking face.
Yep. That was a good one.
Oh, good stuff.
Now, I got to ask you, we don't really have too many Denton artists on the show, so I got to wonder, has Denton influenced your music?
No.
So y'all are more punk rock than we give you credit for. All right, I like that.
Yeah, we're not there. We're not, Denton's Denton, and that's cool, man. They got their own thing. And we've been around here forever. Trust me. I mean, we've been I was 20-something. I was literally 20 years old playing in clubs around here. But no, they've never influenced what we are about. I mean, we had a vision, and the vision we always transcribed to be was the blues meets metal, and we are in between. And we want to combine all of it to be Mojo Frankenstein. And that truly is what we do. I mean, we don't forget our roots, and we don't forget the people that got us turned on to it. So when I opened up the Shout at the Devil Motley Crue album and I saw those awesome folks and listened to Helter Skelter played by Motley Crue, the Beatles cover, I mean, that's the stuff, and then at the same time in the back of my mind, I've got freaking Little Richard pounding a piano and Chuck Berry wailing away at freaking Roll Over Beethoven. We mix all that together to come up with the luscious tunes of Mojo Frankenstein. And it's true. It's pure. We give everything we got, every show, blood, sweat, and tears. We'll give it tomorrow night. We'll leave the stage with nothing left. And we'll be honored to do so with a band like Resist and Bite. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic.
Isn't it, man?
Wonderful.
I'm so fucking excited, dude. I can't wait to see you guys also, man. I'm excited to see me some Mojo Frankenstein tomorrow night, guys.
We're going to have a good time.
Okay, I did notice on your Facebook page, though, if I can critique you for a half sec, man, I don't see any of those shows you were just talking about. The only one I found is this one here, which is Saturday, February the 11th, Mojo Frankenstein at Sneaky Pete's, everybody.
Hey,
That was a good show.
It was a good show. It was a really good show. Here's the deal.
See? That's what I'm talking about.
We're going to spend the time cussing our drummer, the Detroit Cobra, Mr. Chris Babler. We're gonna get on to him. He needs to get busy and get updated. But we'll get those other shows updated before end of business tomorrow. How about that? Look at this. Look how great.
Turn that volume down a little.
I'm getting chills right now.
How's the audio on your end?
That sounds good out here, man. Sounds good to me.
How's that audio, guys? You getting a good sound?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and mojo this Frankenstein.
A little muddy water for you. This gig here.
I've watched this about 10 times already.
Yeah, so here's the deal. We were called in the day before. So Greg Spicoli called us in, and he said, hey, Big Robs, we won't have Rock and Roll Good Things tomorrow night because the bands, I guess, they canceled on it. He's like, well, you guys come help us out and play. And we were like, you know what? Absolutely, man. Any chance we get to come play rock and roll music, we're going to come play rock and roll music. And we showed up. We opened for a Ramones cover band, which, hell yes, Ramones. We love the Ramones. And we delivered. I mean, we came out. We did what we do. And we saved the day for rock and roll at Big Rob's. So we were very excited about that. I was almost excited about that as I was for Mark's giant titties that I'm seeing right now on the screen.
I'm glad they did
Exactly.
that for you. I'm glad they still work.
Do you
Those your
feel that there's a
magic tits?
stigma? Do you think there's a stigma attached to Denton versus DFW?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's never went away. I mean, again, we're a band that's been doing it since '99 in the Denton area. And absolutely, man. I mean, we would play a night in Denton opening for Bowling for Soup. We would turn around and play a night at the Curtain Club. And the vibe of it all was so different. But the weirdest thing is the in-between, because that whole era from 98 to the 2002, it was the transition of it. So grunge had already happened. So it was the new metal scene taking place. The new metal scene into what happened was all of a sudden everybody kind of wanted to start going back to the hard rock and rock because they missed it, because it had been 6 years or so. And the difference was we stayed the course. We just kind of kept playing rock and roll, hard rock music. We based ourselves in the Stones and Chuck Berry. We just turned it up a little bit louder. And we held on to it all the way through that mess. And there were songs where people would say, oh, you sound like Limp Bizkit. Or, oh, you sound like Buck Cherry. And we're like, no, we sound like us. We sound like the Stones, Chuck Berry, Muddy Waters, Led Zeppelin. We never really changed. But the weirdest thing was the only thing that changed was our age. And now here we are in 2023. We're still doing what we do. And again, you know, it's 3 chords, it's the truth, and it's what we do.
And heart.
Yeah.
Heart is the only real element that you need.
Barracuda.
Hey,
Yeah,
Luke,
you can play your heart out on pots and pans, God damn it.
Absolutely.
speaking of Buck Cherry, Luke, you recall using their rehearsal space in Hollywood?
Well, yes, I recall using the rehearsal. We didn't just use the rehearsal space. We used their drummer.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
That's true.
we used their rehearsal space. We used the drummer that couldn't let his name be known with us, so he had to change his name. Yeah, we went through it all, man. But the underlying thing at the end of the day that stayed the same was rock and roll.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey,
it's funny that you
real
say
fast.
that because I remember back in '99, I went and saw Buck Cherry at Deep Ellum Live, and I came in and there was this big muscle-bound, tattooed, like this big tattooed, fucking muscly motherfucker with bleach
Crazy
blonde
bitch.
hair and shit and saggy pants. And I was like, well, he looks interesting. So I walked up to him and I was like, hey, bro, you here to see the show? And he just kind of smirked and he was like, yeah, something like that. Next thing I know, that motherfucker's on stage with this band I'd never heard of called Crazy Town. And they started playing this crazy ear crack type song called Butterfly.
Oh,
Come my lady, come my lady.
Oh, wow.
And I remember all of us in the audience were just like, oh, right on. Okay, another one of these bands. Cut to a year and a half later, that is the most fucking played song in 2001.
yes, absolutely. And the weirdest thing about that was that whole weird mesh. I mean, it was literally from rock and roll that you would find on Aerosmith's first album to next thing you know, you were this weird pop oriented hard Linkin Park / whatever. And it was really weird. And nobody knew how to take you. If you weren't pop rock, which was Green Day, Green Day set the
Blink
stage.
182.
Blink 182 took it a step further. And locally, Bowling for Soup really honed in on it. And they had like lines around the corner, and we were right there in the middle. And we were playing hard-nosed rock and roll, period, you know, and we just knew what we liked. It was Motley Crue meets Chuck Berry. That was it. And at the end of the day, you know, exactly what you just described, the whole Butterfly, come my lady, come my lady. It was a weird time for heavy, hard, not even heavy, it just rock and roll in general. And you know, to say we came out the other side, we did come out the other side, but at what cost? I don't know. I mean, I guess the cost was the money that we could have made.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I just remember being in Grain and like the only Denton venue that would allow DFW, like, you know, the Metroplex was considered the Metroplex to play would be Andy's Bar in the main square. So like myself, you know, bands like Mile Zero or Negative 263, we were the only like DFW bands that were able to play Denton because of that venue. But like, what was it, Sticky Fingers and then that pizza place and all that, they had nothing to do with us.
I'm going to take you back a little bit farther though.
We played a place called Rick's.
Down on the corner of Fry was a place called Rick's Place. So Rick's was also the same. Ed, who owned Rick's, was the same owner of the Curtain Club down in Deep Ellum. So Rick's, before it burned up, we would play. Like, Rick's was the place to play in Denton on the corner of Fry. It was the place, and we would play there with Slow Roosevelt, Bowling for Soup, Pimpedelic. Sorry, these bands, Tech something out of Plano. That was another band.
Tech 9, yeah.
Tech 9 or whatever, you know, and we would come in and play, and we played, again, we were the weirdos because we would come in and play like our opening, like we would say, hey, play the opening of like Number of the Beast by Maiden. That's what we're going to come on to. Or we would say, play the first of Lay It Down by Rat. That's what we're going to come on to. And they would, now the sound guy, he would be all into it because that was he knew where we were coming from. And we would go into our thing as these young kids or young men, I should say. And we would get it out of our system and do this thing. But then again, it was different to Denton because Denton strive to be different so bad that it let go of what actually made it Denton. True to the roots, true to being true to themselves. I'd like to think it's found itself again, but at the same time, we'll play Killer Tacos here in a few months or in a couple of months, in like a month, I guess. And we'll get looked at like, what are y'all doing? And it's like, you know what? No, we're playing rock and roll music. We're playing the stuff that's been played since the 1950s. We're just turning it up a little bit.
And see, now Killer's Tacos has now become basically the new Andy's, where they are the only Denton venue that will allow DFW proper bands to come play.
Absolutely. You are correct. Because Andy's that used to book us back about 7 years ago, they're like, the bartenders and all that used to be like, oh my God, you guys killed. Y'all were so great. Now it's like, they won't even return our call or give us an email back because it's like, we don't want to show up the other people that come behind us because they don't want us to play. And then there's a big hole opened in the stage and everybody falls into it, and that's the truth. We're from the old school. We get up on stage and we let it all hang out. We burn it down as much as we can burn it down. But here's the deal. If you're legit and you're good enough, you will walk up, punch a hole through it, step up on there, and do your thing. And we know tomorrow night, Resist and Bite is going to do that.
I'm curious. Did the Von Erichs have anything to do with your style?
How did you guess that? I'm going to put the iron claw on you right now.
That's fine. That's fine. My real last name is Atkinson, so it's okay.
There you go.
Look at that.
Lake Dallas, Texas. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Talking about Sportatorium and those nasty hot dogs.
There you go. Every Saturday night I watched it on Channel 11.
Mark,
right. The Von Erichs are one of the few Denton acts that DFW would allow into their space.
Absolutely. Hey, Mark, you take the rest of this because I'm headed to the piss house. I'm going to see the rest of y'all tomorrow night, Arlington. Let's burn it down.
Hey,
Elton, thank you very much for your time, brother. All right.
Yeah, LT has talked me into it, man. I was already excited about seeing me some Mojo Frankenstein, but now I'm ready to let it all hang out.
Yeah, man. We have a good time. We turn it up and we let it go.
Now, what inspired you, Mark?
Oh man, in the 80s when everybody was trying to be Eddie Van Halen, who I love Eddie Van Halen. But when they were all trying to be Eddie Van Halen, I was trying to be Chuck Berry. And that was the first concert I seen was Chuck Berry at Reunion Arena in a Dick Clark show when I was like 8 or 9 years old. So when I got old enough to be able to learn or try to learn how to play guitar, I learned Chuck Berry and just stopped. I was okay with that. That's all I ever wanted to be. So
my ding-a-ling.
There you go.
It goes to show you never can tell.
I like it. But yeah, and then Luke came along, and after he got through winning state championships in high school football for Louisville, he decided he didn't want to go to college. He wanted to play rock and roll. So that's what we did, and we took off from there.
Was there any kind of a professional rivalry between you, who's influenced by the 50s rockers, as opposed to the people that were influenced by the 70s and 80s rockers?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think there was ever any rivalry. Our older brother plays also, and he's a country picker. So I don't think there was any rivalry. No,
Nice. Do you like country?
I do. I do like country. I like real country. I like me some George Jones and Merle Haggard and Hank Williams.
Did you like the album that David Allan Coe did with the Abbott Brothers?
I haven't heard much of it, man. I do like me some David Allan Coe, no doubt. I haven't heard much of that album though, so I need to listen to that a little more. I know that I watched the Icon show with Rex not too long ago, and I heard him talk about it a little bit on there, on the Gibson Icons interview he did.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not
that
gonna
was
lie.
an excellent.
That album, Rebel Meets Rebel, with the Abbott Brothers and David Allan Coe, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I need to check that out a little more. I do like me some David Allan Coe, no doubt.
Yeah, dude. My band WTF, we opened for them like 3 years ago, and I gotta say, I was amazed that he was able to make it to the stage because he had to have like 4 people carry him, and he also had an oxygen tank.
Yeah, he's a big man, and he's got some wear on him for sure.
Yeah, dude, he looked like David Lopan from Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, never thought of it like that. Yeah, that's true.
But he went out there and he fucking wowed that fucking crowd, that Ridgely Theater crowd, man.
Yeah, we played the Ridgely not too long ago. Well, I guess it has been about 6 months ago now, but yeah, we had a good time over there.
Oh,
But yeah,
nice. Would you play the room or the lounge?
it was, I think it was the lounge. It was one of the smaller venues in there. It wasn't the big. They didn't let us in there, not quite yet. But yeah, I believe it was the lounge we played. But it was fun. We had a good time. Good crowd.
Well, shit, if y'all keep up the pace that y'all are going at, you're gonna be making the theater no time at all.
Man, yeah, that would be pretty cool. It's a nice place.
Are there any big events going on in Denton currently?
Oh man,
that you approve of?
well, I live over off Eagle Mountain Lake over in Azle, so I'm not up there. I was raised up there. I was born and raised in Louisville, Texas. Me and Luke both, and so Luke is up there in Denton, works up there, and lives up there. And our bass player's the same, and our drummer's from out in the colony somewhere. But I don't get around Denton all that much, to be honest with you, unless we got a show there. So Luke would have definitely been the better person to ask about the Denton going on these days. But
you're from Azle, huh? Okay,
that's where I'm living at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. Are these stories true
about Azle?
Yeah. If you go to a particular website that tells you the sexual deviants that live in your neighborhood, apparently Azle lights up like a fucking Christmas tree. So I was just wondering if that is true or if that's just people shitting on Azle, because I never actually went to the website. You know what? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to. We can move on. I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable.
We lost his audio, Dave.
Ah, dang it.
How about that? He was with us before.
Oh, damn it. I was so curious about that answer, man.
Well,
I've done a bunch of construction out in Azle, and I got to say, those folks are a different kind of aggressively weird.
Oh yeah, I agree. I paint houses. I avoid North Fort Worth altogether. Unless you work at the railroad station, the train yard over there, and make some good money. Hey, tell you what, let me go ahead and remove that comment. And Mark Taylor, I'm going to go ahead and play an X610 Chill song for you. While I'm playing this song, why don't you fuck with your audio there and figure it out? And we'll be right here. Hey, how are you? Hello, Mark Taylor. All right, everybody listening, this is a song called, really, Dave Jarvis, I've been listening to this song as much as any other song this week. So while we wait for Mark Taylor to get his audio figured out and come back with us, everybody enjoy some X610 shit.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mark, back. Blow your brains out. We still got some questions for you.
I don't care and you don't know where we are, where we go. And you don't know if you don't see. I keep you locked in a dream. Your smile shines so bright, and you don't know I'll kill that light. You won't know if I lie.
Oh, that bass.
And here we are, with what remains of a broken heart and a scarred face. And you keep coming back, hoping maybe that you'll find something to make you stay. You can go, I don't care, 'cause I can find you anywhere, yeah. You can change your face and name. Let's make this a game, baby. You wanna see the change, the change. You think you know me, but don't you know, baby? You only see what I want you to. It's not my fault if you think it's true. I'm not the girl you think you know. My heart is made of stone. I'll hunt you down and leave you cold. You can go, I don't care, 'cause I can find you anywhere, yeah. You can change your face and name. Let's make this a game, baby. You wanna see the change, the change. I know when you think that I'm crazy, yeah. Or maybe I'm just selfish, or maybe I'm just narcissistic, but I can't make you stay. You can try and run away, but babe, I'm on the chase. You can go, I don't care, 'cause I can find you anywhere, yeah. You can change your face and name. Let's make this a game, baby. You wanna see the change, the change.
I love that shit. Dave Jarvis, I love that, man. I really do.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
I listen to it all the time, man. It really lifts my spirits. I like the whole theme of what she's singing about and how you communicate it through music. You
Yeah,
know what?
I've
You
been
know what
busy
you
this
have
week,
taught
man.
me? You know what you have taught me musically? Something that I really haven't, I don't know, paid attention maybe. Just, I don't think it's everywhere. But is the use of bass?
Yeah,
Right.
people over or underestimate how amazing a bass can be.
Well, but people are extreme in every area of life, and bass is without exception. And so is every other sound that can be made. And you are able to place that bass in the appropriate places without getting, carried away.
Well, thank you, brother. Yeah, man, I've been busy, man. I got 2 albums in the works that I'm hoping to release this year. I just released a video today, Wheels. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not able to today, tomorrow, check it out. It's a bunch of really cool cars and a really cool beat right behind it.
Hey,
And then
Dave.
I've got a interview with Canvas Rebel coming out in the next week or so. And
Hey, slow
I'm just
down, slow down, slow
yes,
down.
sir.
What is Canvas Rebel, Dave Jarvis?
They're associated with shout out DFW.
Cool. Shout
So,
out DFW and Canvas Rebel.
yeah, so they're all about promoting local artists, local entrepreneurs, same as we're doing, except that they're, they extend into the business world, but they care about the scene as much as you and I do.
Well, make no mistake about it. We really, I personally, the only real reason to expand outside of the, this world, whatever world, is just to have an opportunity to have your music heard by others. But otherwise, that kind of brings me to this video. I was going to play this earlier. Do you mind if I go ahead? Hey, Mark Taylor joined us, man.
Welcome back,
So
Mark.
I'll save my Lizard Professor video. I was going to show you what Outlaw Video TV was doing 12 years ago. Hey, everybody. Without hesitation, let's bring Mark Taylor back onto the program. Hello, Mark.
Hey man, how you doing? I got that fixed. It just went out on me. I couldn't hear nothing.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
okay. We were admiring your beautiful face, sir.
Oh wow. I appreciate that.
Have you heard this, Mark?
I have not. Those are some nice cars though.
Isn't that some sweet bass? Got a squeezy fuzz on it. Oh, wow.
That's nice.
Isn't it really crisp photos, crisp video? Yeah. Ooh, the shaggin' wagon, everybody. Don't ask, just hop in. Hey, Dave Jarvis, who is this video producer? Hey, Dave, do you mind if I turn it down and we talk over it a little bit?
Sure, go right ahead.
Hey, who is the producer here again? I want to give some props to this video production guy.
Yeah, the director of this video is Mike Lambert from the band Rivethead. He's a drummer, and he has been doing all of my videos since I want to say the beginning of last year. He's a wonderful dude and one of the most amazing drummers. I like. He used to be the drummer for this band called Cull the Herd. I don't know if you ever heard of Cull the Herd, but if you remember Cull the Herd, the one thing you definitely remember about that band is that the drummer was fucking amazing. That was this guy. And on top of the fact that he's an amazing drummer, he's also an amazing videographer. and
Okay.
and he loves the scene. He's from Iowa, but he fell in love with the scene the second he came down here. And he's been a huge champion of the local scene and of local music for at least 3 years now.
All right, all right. So there you are, Mark Taylor. You know who to reach out to. And this is the Deep Ellum. What's this car show?
I believe it was the Deep Ellum Classic Car Show from last year. I think about this time last year, when the weather started getting nice.
There you go, everybody. Hey, Mark Taylor, you hear those like real fat, fuzzy bass
do.
squeezes?
I do.
Boom, boom. I love
And
that.
I'm not gonna lie. The track was done with Jeff Mount from Session Works.
Oh, hello, Jeff. Prop to Session Works.
Yes, sir. You know, things have been up and down between me and him for for the last few years, but
Well, I just have one
he's
question
a
for you.
fantastic producer.
I just have one question for you, Dave Jarvis.
Yes, sir.
Did you enjoy his jacuzzi?
I was not able to partake in the jacuzzi, but I'm pretty sure that if that motherfucker invited me into his jacuzzi, I would probably say no, just because he is strong enough to rape me.
Wow.
All right. Well, there you go, everybody. Just a little inside info for anybody paying attention and my way of saying hi to Jeff Mount.
Who is currently working on the new Waja album.
Yes, he is. Shout out to Grego Drums, the hardest hitting drummer in DFW.
Yes, sir. We're actually working on a whole Waja family episode with Grego, Scott, Laura, Chris and Phil, and everybody else that's associated with that whole group. It's going to be great. They agreed to it. It's probably going to happen sometime later in March, possibly early April.
Okay, everybody, that's breaking shit right there. Waja, blow your brains out with Ricky Warden and Dave Jarvis right here on Outlaw Video TV. Hey, everybody listening, right now is as good a time as any to make sure I express to you, liking and share this video right now is the easiest, best way to help us. If you want to do a little more, you can hit subscribe, and when you do subscribe, ring that black ass bell and notify all so you never miss a video and never miss an opportunity to blow your brains out here. And finally, you can super chat. I don't give a fuck, but it's really funny. We can super chat. That means you can give us money if you like. All right, so hey, Mark Taylor,
Yes, sir.
tell us all the reasons that you're going to kick our ass tomorrow night. You're going to kick us in the teeth.
We're going on. You know, we are. I think we're one of the. To be honest with you, without trying to sound cocky or anything, we're one of the last real rock and roll bands I think around the Metroplex. To be honest with you, I mean, we play a lot of shows with a lot of people, and they're good at what they do, but they don't seem to be rock and roll. And so we're going to come out there tomorrow night. Excited to be there with Resist and Bite and with Cortez. We've done a lot of shows with them over at O'Reilly's in Dallas. And
oh, yeah.
Flash Mob. I'm not.
Everybody loves Cortez and Al. Who doesn't love Cortez?
He's a good guy. Yeah. And
it's a good time every time.
Flash Mob, I don't know much about them, to be honest with you, but I'm excited to hear them. I'm excited to see them. And we're just going to be over there in Arlington tomorrow night and have a good time.
Yeah, Flash Mob, that's that lead guitarist. That's a Buddy Blaze guitarist. He's a phenomenal guitar player. I mean, the guy plays guitar on top of the bar. He plays on top of the tables. He plays on top of your girl. I mean, the guy just plays.
Sounds like Luke's going to have some. Sounds like LT's going to have some competition because he does the same. He went in. He followed a guy in the restroom last time we were over there at Mavericks playing.
Oh, dude, that sounds like so much. Let's do it, man. Really, yeah. I'm telling you, we're going all out tomorrow night, man. We're doing the Black Twos, Dime with Resist and Bite, Mark Taylor, Mojo Frankenstein. Hopefully Dave Jarvis will join us. JoJo Chick Rock is in the south of Texas, so JoJo will not be able to join us tomorrow night. But how about this, JoJo? Should I record a video or two? Will you watch it if we do?
We'll see if we can't get some of these weirdos from Hazel over there.
Yeah, definitely, man. Push it hard, Mark Taylor. The reason why, if nothing else, is because you're doing your friends a favor to get them out to see, well, your band, right? Because you're going to play your heart out.
Yeah, no
but
doubt.
Resist and Bite, dude. This band, man, it's going to be as loud as they can possibly get it tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You have two dueling lead guitarists. I mean, you have like, you know, I don't know if you've had a chance to listen to it, but Tommy Skiouch, he sounds like fucking, you know, it's big guitar sounds, like wailing, really just distorted, feeding back, screaming, wailing guitar.
Yeah, that.
I'm not sure that Mavericks is going to be able to take all that volume.
Well, we test it pretty good every time we're over there. I can tell you that. Me and LT go back and we're dueling lead guitars also, and we like to turn the Marshalls up and let it go, and it should be a good time.
I think it will be. Like I'm telling you, man, I'm so looking forward to it. We're going to tear it down tomorrow night.
We've been pumping it up pretty good, and we're hoping there's a good crowd there. And I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, man. But I appreciate you having us on. Appreciate you.
Hey, Mark, on your way out, you know what this show reminds me of a little bit, just a little bit, is one time I saw a band called Alcatraz over in Dallas at a place called Hole in the Wall.
I remember it.
You do? Did you go to the show?
I don't remember. I remember the place. I remember.
Oh, okay. Hole in the Wall. It's a little hole in the wall over off of Harry Hines, not too far down from Strokers.
Yeah, exactly.
And Alcatraz was Graham Bonnet on vocals, former Deep Purple, but more than that, it was fucking Yngwie Malmsteen on guitar, right?
Wow.
Oh yeah, wow. Yngwie with Alcatraz. And you know, it's one of those legendary shows. And I'm not, again, I hate comparing music or bringing up, you know, something to compare it to. But it really is one of those kind of shows. I'll promise you're going to fucking enjoy this show tomorrow night. And anybody who goes is going to enjoy it. And it's one of those shows that I know 10, 20, 30 years from now, I plan on living that long and longer. You know, we'll be talking about this shit. You remember that Resist and Bite show? Fuck.
Yeah, man. If you, I can tell you this. If you can't get up and move to what Mojo Frankenstein does, you probably need to go have yourself checked because something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Well, then, damn it, I'm going to have to come get my Frankenstein Rising with Mojo Frankenstein every time you guys play, then, if that's how it works.
That's how it works. If we can't get people up and going, something's wrong.
All right, man. I'm looking forward to it, Mark. Safe travels, brother.
You too, man. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be good.
All right, man. Thank you.
Hey, JoJo Chick Rock, you still with me, darling?
Yes, I am.
How are you doing down there in the southern parts of Texas?
Well, you know, we really didn't have a winter here. You know,
a winter?
Yeah, there was no winter here.
Yeah,
on the coast. And
are y'all getting any of this rain?
Where I live at, it rains about three days per week.
Right. Yeah.
It's too much damn rain.
Well, some of it made its way up here this time.
Well, I saw that on the news that was yesterday, wasn't it? Y'all got a lot of storm.
It was today. I'm painting. I'm in the middle of painting an exterior or preparing it. Like I'm pretty much completed the preparations. I'm ready to paint it now. And it's going to rain. It rained this morning. So thankfully, like all I can tell you is my alarm is set for 6:30. And right around that time, I heard thunder. I was like, all right, I'll sleep in today.
Well, so I remember it doesn't rain very much up there.
Yep.
When it does, it comes a good one.
Well, we have Rain and we have Dandelions. And then we also have Dave Jarvis, the other host of Blow Your Brains Out. How are you, Dave? Good to have you back.
Yeah, sorry, like all the sound just dropped out on me. Like all y'all. Mark, Jojo, you, it all dropped out. So I had to leave and then come back. And now I hear you.
Do you know why sound dropped out? Do you know why?
No, nothing changed. I just did my usual pacing back and forth in my room, and out of nowhere, like all y'all just stopped talking, and I was like, "Hey, what the fuck? Oh, wait, y'all are still talking. Something's wrong with my phone." And here I am.
I have to ask you because, we've had several audio issues with with everyone else tonight. So, very interesting. What I'm going to do, this is like behind the scenes production, everybody. Here we go. I'll turn on my camera so you see me behind the scenes. Dave Jarvis, what I would like to do from here on out, so I'm going to make sure when I send out the guest link for people to come on the show, to tell them to log in like 30 minutes early to check their audio and make sure their avatar image, their, everything is taken care of. Sound like a good plan?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like I'm already, contacting everybody enough or too much. And I don't want to micromanage shit, but audio tonight, I just, we all put enough into doing this show that it's worth asking people to go ahead and, meet me at 8:30, and I'll just be here too. I'll tell them, hey, I'll be there at 8:30. So meet me there at 8:30. We'll check your audio and work out all our issues.
Right. Cool. So now that they know that fuck ups happen, Ricky, what was the last deep dive that you did on music, like on a particular artist or band? Where you just listened to this one artist or this one band, and you just went down the line for their albums?
Well, bro, it depends on how you look at it. The music that I've been listening to the most the last year, or who I've told you about the whole time we've been doing this show, which is Resist and Bite. I actually like that record. It's funny, I'm a metalhead, I still listen to Anthrax Spreading the Disease like at least once a week, right? And so I'm a metalhead, but I also like all good music, and that Resist and Bite is like a perfect rock and roll record to me. I don't know how to put it to you better. I love the fucking record. All right, so like Dive, the most recent dive I did because of how it's related to this show and everything is Katie Lynn. Yeah, I had a wonderful time.
You definitely went down a rabbit hole with Katie Lynn. I definitely noticed that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Dude, she has a wonderful voice, man.
I'm excited about what's going to happen with her in the future. I just hope that you're involved in the process to some extent, because I think that what you're doing is amazing, bro. And I think that she has a voice that's, a 10. You just don't get better voices than that.
You know what? She's a wonderful person. And, I hope that we are able to work together again. But she's also a 19-year-old. So when things get ignored and when things get overlooked, at first I might get a little upset, but after a while I'm just like, no, I understand. When I was 19, I definitely ignored some shit that I probably shouldn't have. So
hey man, when you grew up fast like she did and like I did, it's real easy to ignore a lot of shit when you're, still 19. I damn sure did. Yeah,
but I
would
be
still
honest,
be ignoring everything, man, if I wasn't forced to slow down. Go ahead.
My most recent deep dive was on Talking Heads. Dude,
oh wow.
Talking Heads are fucking amazing. I went through their
down the house.
Dude, fuck that song. Okay, fuck that song. I
You
went down
can
their
keep going. I
entire
like 'em
catalog.
all.
I went there through their whole catalog, and dude, they did songs I didn't even realize that they did. You know, the fucking
That you had
Wow
heard.
Wow World. I didn't realize that was them. Like
Yeah, I
there
did.
were so many amazing songs that I grew up with that I always thought was just some one-hit wonder, but it turns out a bunch of them were fucking Talking Head songs. And
Right.
man, they were fucking amazing. So my dad has been telling
You
me
are
that I need
correct, bro.
my
You
my
are
dad
correct.
my dad has been telling me that I need to go on a Kinks deep dive. Or are you a fan of the Kinks?
He's probably referring to the rawness, you know, of kind of like Credence and things like that. That's my guess. Kinks were really raw. I mean, just raw.
Yeah, I've heard a few albums of theirs, and I was like, okay, this sounds like a band that wants to be the Beatles, but not quite there.
Yeah, I don't think they were. Yeah, but I have to be honest. I can't. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Kinks. You know, I know, girl, you really got me. But I know it mostly because of Van Halen, because Van Halen is, you know, definitely, I guess, my
Right.
favorite
But
band.
before I went through the Talking Heads deep dive, I went through a Black Sabbath deep dive because I had
Oh,
always heard the first four Sabbath albums, but I had never heard anything past like 1975. So I finally listened to shit like Never Say Die, you know, Technical Ecstasy, shit like that. And dude, they had some amazing shit that they just completely overlook, both radio and on the Behind the Music, because I know that we all watch Behind the Music religiously. But yeah, dude, there
I've
was
seen them
some.
all. I've seen them all. Damn it.
Yeah, dude, the 1975 to 1980 Sabbath with Ozzy. Yeah, he was fucked up, but he still fucking nailed his shit properly.
Hey, Dave, that's what I grew up on. Like I grew up in a house where, you know, I just woke up, you know, listening to and knowing who like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and Creedence Clearwater Revival and really almost even Led Zeppelin fell in that category. But my first bands, like when I sit down and opened up a record and read all the lyrics and looked at all the pictures, you know, that was Black Sabbath and Aerosmith were the main two bands. But Black Sabbath, man, you know, I was 7 years old. You know,
Do
one
you
of my
do you
earliest music memories is being 7 years old and listening to Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
do you have a favorite Aerosmith or Sabbath?
It depends on what day you're asking me, you know.
Okay, well, I'm asking you today,
Sabotage.
Wednesday, March the 1st of 2023.
Okay,
Ricky,
Sabotage is the best Black Sabbath record. It's called Sabotage.
yes.
And Aerosmith, oh God, if you're gonna make me say it, man,
Okay,
it's
versus
kind of
Toys in
between.
the Attic. Versus
Well,
Toys in the Attic.
then fuck you. I'll say Rocks. You made me do it.
You put Rocks over Toys in the Attic. Interesting.
I just did, yeah. It's one of those records. They're both the same. You know, I appreciate you bringing up Toys because Toys is the best Aerosmith record, but so is Draw the Line. Like Draw the Line is bluesy as it gets and uncharacteristic of like say Toys in the Attic. It's like is brilliant with kings and queens and guillotine. You know, that's an amazing kings and queens and guillotines.
Are you okay with the way that Guns N' Roses basically stole their sound from Aerosmith?
I don't feel like they did. Like that's
Really?
another thing. Yeah,
You
that's
really
another
don't think
thing.
so? Okay.
Well, I was alive when, you know, Guns N' Roses put out Appetite for Destruction. You know, I mean, I remember when that record came out, and like I remember when Draw the Line came out. You know, so I experienced this music, and so no, I didn't really. I can't give Guns N' Roses that much credit on one hand, while on the other hand, bro, I have to confess I'm a huge Axl fan and Guns N' Roses fan. and I'm a fan of the songwriting. And so I think that Guns N' Roses is just as original, as Aerosmith.
Yeah, dude. I remember probably like 15 years ago, I read this book called Fargo Rock City by Chuck Klosterman. And he had the greatest line ever about Kiss. He once said that every band wants to be the Beatles, but Kiss wanted to be Coca-Cola. And I always thought that was the fucking genius because of the way that Kiss basically branded themselves. But he went on record as saying that basically Appetite for Destruction was the greatest metal album of all time. But he also said Astro Creep by White Zombie was the greatest metal album of the 90s, putting it over Metallica, over Pantera, over all the great metal albums that came out in the 90s. Do you agree with that as far as Astro Creep? Are you a big White Zombie fan?
Ask Eddie Trunk, because he used to push White Zombie off on me when I was doing KNON every week and talking to Megaforce Records. And I'd be like, bro, I've been playing that. And like, it's, like we're starting to play a lot of San Francisco metal, and the bands here locally are, playing a little faster and really aggressive. And, the White Zombie's just not. Yeah, I used to tell Eddie Trunk at Megaforce Records, dude, that shit's just not quite heavy enough.
Well, I will say this
There's
as
your
somebody,
answer, David Jarvis.
as somebody that was basically just a sponge for 90s metal, absorbing all of it from Korn to Nine Inch Nails to White Zombie to Pantera and everything in between. I love the album. I think it's fantastic. But as
The White
soon
Zombie record?
yeah, I think it's a wonderful record. But as soon as I read Al Jorgensen's autobiography, I immediately said, fuck White Zombie, because everything that they did was copying and watering down Ministry shit. Do you feel the same way? Are you a Ministry fan?
Yeah, I'm definitely a Ministry fan, all the way up to Gold Diggers. And I experienced Ministry. I was, alive and listening to like Judas Priest and even Queensryche and, Anthrax and Pantera when Ministry came out. And, we had heard things like it, but nobody had ever put it all together like Al Jorgensen did with that Ministry. And that was before Head Like a Hole and Nine Inch Nails. So, and the other thing was that with me personally, I've always been question authority, always. And that, first Ministry record did that with that clip of George Bush going, the New World Order, the New World Order. So I was a sucker for all that shit. But yeah, man, honestly, I don't think I listened to White Zombie enough to, to be able to have compared it to Ministry at the time. Man, I was listening to everything, bro, from like, Van Halen, the David Lee Roth was out at that time. Not Joe Sutro, and him too was Surfing with the Alien, but Steve Vai's Passion and Warfare. Dude, I used to listen to that record every day back at that time. So I was listening to a lot of different stuff.
I know you've said repeatedly that Judas Priest is what got you into music, or it got you into metal. Is Judas Priest what got you into music and wanting to play it live?
I don't know, man. I grew up on Black Sabbath and Aerosmith. I found Judas Priest way later. I mean, it's kind of funny because I was only 12 years old when I found Priest, but I'd already, been into AC/DC, before that. And it wasn't, it was AC/DC Power Age is the first AC/DC record that I fell in love with before Highway to Hell. And so I grew up really fast. And my musical journey, shows that. And so, what was the original question, Dave Jarvis? I'm sorry.
I mean, you said that Judas Priest is what got you into metal, but
Yeah, well, Judas
is Judas
Priest
Priest
was
what got you
metal.
into music?
No, I was into music. Like I said, I grew up, I have a brother, Jerry Warden, Elmo Jones Productions, who's put on this kick-ass show we're going to all enjoy tomorrow night with Resist and Bite. And I had a mom that was like more of a friend than a mother. And so she was the Creedence Clearwater Revival Beatles side, and Jerry was the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith side. And so, I just grew up listening to that music. When I was 4 and 5 years old, that's what I was hearing every day. And so, I've been in heavy music all my life. Aerosmith and Black Sabbath have been my favorite bands, like from the time I was 6 and 7 years old. So, what inspired me to play music? Honestly, Dave Jarvis, you're going to like this. Thank you for being patient with me and letting me give you an honest fucking answer. Is that with all the like street knowledge that I grew up with and all the confidence and all the everything else, man, it took me until, I raised children too, so that's part of it. But it took me until I was 40 years old to be able to go, wait a minute, I can do this. I didn't think that when I was 16 years old, and I had a guitar to play. I had a guitar when I was 16, and I didn't think I could do it. I grew up in the shadow of Daryl Abbott and Mike Scotia. I let that shit kind of intimidate me and fuck with my head a little bit, and I just didn't think I could ever do it. I always thought of myself as a singer. Even back then, way back then, I thought of myself as a singer and a songwriter even. But I couldn't put an instrument together with my singing ability, and no one ever came along to show me, hey, sing this on the piano, you stupid fucking idiot. Do, re, mi. Now, I took vocal choir at Bailey Junior High, but you know how monotonous school is, and shit, I was smoking dope with the kids outside, or wait, I was the kid outside. And so, bro, I was intimidated by the weight of understanding music. I thought it was this huge thing that I just could not grasp. And so the other part of this answer that's beautiful is that I'm here to tell you as a living example that music isn't that difficult, and it is something that you can grasp. And I can teach it. I'm a teacher, I don't teach music, but I'm a teacher always in everything that I do. And so, music is simple and it's easy to share. And I think that anybody who has a desire to make music and play music and perform music should do that,
Now, you graduated in '83, so basically your adulthood coincided with rap. So did rap music have any influence in your
Well, I can tell you this,
life?
that NWA, like, dude, remember, we're street, bro. We're you. I'm just older, and so NWA, niggas with an attitude.
Don't say that, please.
We were playing that on KNON when it came out. All right, on the metal show. And I believe it was Jerry. I have to give credit where credit's due. And I believe it was Jerry. Me personally, I've never been into rap really. Like I was into oh my goodness, who is it? One of the other biggest bands that really kind of turned rap around was Oh God. I can't remember, man. But yeah, me personally, I've always been a sucker for white boy rap, and I'm not the biggest, fan of that even. I'm a rock and roller at heart, man. I bang head and rock and roll. But I can definitely rap
whatever
also.
music that I'm doing, like currently, like with the shit with Dank, the last thing I want to hear is country. So like when I was doing the shit with Grain, the last thing I wanted to hear was fucking metal. So the first thing that I put on was fucking rap, and rap actually informed how I approached my music going forward. So like, the other three would be doing like some Sepultura riffing, and I would come in with like this mentality of, trying to a lot of music, a lot of metal music, most especially in the late 90s, was very self-congratulatory, and uh, d- left a lot of things up to interpretation. I was trying to let everybody know all the details of my life, and this was very important, I feel, during the time before podcasts were a thing, where you couldn't just relate exactly how you feel, so you just had to do it with your lyrics. And so that's why with Grain, I did a lot of shit that was very informative of who I was as a real person. And I feel like a lot of metal bands these days, over the last like 15 years, they don't really let the audience in on who they are as a person. The vocalists don't. They just kind of keep it these generic fucking maxims, of oh, I'm so angry. Oh, this thing happened, and so I'm so fucking pissed off. And it's like, no, no, no. If you actually like give the audience the details of why you're angry and why you're feeling this way, it endears you to the audience more so than if you just kept it in general fucking terms. And then honestly, I think that's one of the benefits that rap music has had on metal, because people, vocalists now need to be more open and honest about who they are as a person, because just speaking in generic fucking maxims just don't work anymore. The people see through that shit.
Well, I grew up in the age of debauchery, Dave. I grew up on Van Halen. I grew up at a time when you used to be able to pull up at the street light with your window down. You had to check to make sure the cops weren't around first, and have Van Halen turned up to 10, and the odds were that there would be a pretty girl, next to you in a car that would be like, "Hey, Van Halen, yeah, what's up?" And you could meet people, just having a good time, not cruising, just driving. Cruising was a whole nother thing. But so thanks for rapping for a minute so I could look up what I was talking about. And those are bands like Two Live Crew. Dave Jarvis, I have a confession to make. I am a sex addict. I grew up at a time where,
I didn't want to assume.
things were just different when I grew up. That's all I know to tell you. And so, I was always into the, the fun side of things, like the Two Live Crew as compared to the NWA, and Beastie Boys. That's who I was trying to think of earlier. As
Right.
I'm a sucker for good white rap. I like some Beastie Boys. I mean, I really like it, but it's not my favorite. My favorite, the shit I listen to the most are, Randy Rhoads, Eddie Van Halen, Daryl Abbott, Anthrax. That's the shit. But this is just as good a time as any. I've listened to as much X610 Chill in the last few months as I have anything else ever.
God bless you, bro. Hey, before I crash out, I just want to say, from all the wonderful fans of Blow Your Brains Out, we all want to know what made you. No, not even. How do you want to be remembered, Ricky Warden? How do you want to be remembered to the wonderful people of DFW that realize that you have been keeping the flame alight for this scene? How do you want to be remembered, brother?
This is the new media revolution. Listen, Professor!
This is it, Dave Jarvis. This is what I've been doing, having a good time. All right, there you go, Dave Jarvis. I've been being as close to that as I possibly can, for, as often as possible. And that's what I'll continue to do. That's as underground as it gets right there, brother. That's at a house in Denton, Texas. Halloween night.
All right. Well,
did you ever get to enjoy Lizard Professor Dave Jarvis?
I always appreciate anything that you bring to my table, bro. I love listening to new music. But on that note, I must say to our fans at Blow Your Brains Out.
Hey, wait, Dave.
Featuring
I'm not gonna let you off.
Ricky Warden and Dave Jarvis.
I'm not
I
letting
gotta
you off
say,
that.
I'm about to crash out, man.
How do you want to be remembered, Dave Jarvis?
I hope that whoever listens to my music goes, you know what? That Dave Jarvis, he was all right. And that's all that well, shit. As soon as I'm gone, it won't matter anyway.
All right.
But,
so with that,
so I'm trying to release as much music as possible, and I hope that it helps you, whoever you are. I hope that it helps you through your day. Because I love you. I love you, Ricky. I love you, Jojo Chick Rock. I love you, LT. I love you, Mark. I love you, Nathan. I love all of you, and I hope that I hope that my music is able to get you through your day, man. And on that note, I love all of you, man. You have a great rest of the night, all right?
You too, Dave.
Well, thank you. You too. Wow.
Hello, Chick Rock. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. A little bit better than last time.
You sound good.
All right. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm just up. Not doing much of anything right now.
Well, thank you for spending a minute with me. This is X610 Chill we're listening to.
Yeah. Now, who is that? Whose music is that?
That's Dave Jarvis's music.
Man, I like that. It kind of reminds me of something like B-roll. You know, it's all chill and relaxing. I had no idea.
It drives me crazy. Like this song in particular is like just off the hook.
Yeah,
You
I
can
like
learn a
it.
lot. You can learn a lot just listening to the way he builds music.
Now, is he doing his music on the computer, or is that a little group that he's working with?
All right. Well, let me go ahead and turn this down.
Oh, okay.
I have a terrible habit of talking over his music.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, what she's talking about. Okay, hey, check it out. What he's doing is just using
Is he mixing this on a computer, or is this a little
yeah, of course it's
band that
all
he has?
No, it's all computer. Yeah, it's
Wow.
all him. It's all him. I'm trying to think of the name of the program. I'm not an audio engineer, and I'm not lucky enough to work with it.
Yeah, that stuff's pretty hard, you know.
I listen to that shit. Listen.
Yeah, can I find this on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All you have to do is type in that name right there, X610.
610 chill.
It's X-instinctual. X-extensual is what it is. X-extensual, right? But X610 chill. It's spelled that way. So I'm used to saying it that way. It's easier to me than saying X-extensual. It's a funny word.
Okay,
right?
I get it now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like it. I had no idea that Dave wrote stuff like this. I thought he was a different kind of artist. You know, I opened for them about 8 or 9 years ago, and that's totally different than,
well, of course
the way they were back then.
Yeah, of course
But
it is.
they're a fun group. I really had a blast with them. But
Hey,
this
Dave
video
Jarvis
here that
is
we're
alive.
listening to, I liked it. It made me feel real relaxed and got my mind off of a lot of crap.
I think you're right. I think that's kind of why it's that way.
Yeah.
That's obviously where Dave Jarvis was.
Right. Yeah, music is about provoking a feeling.
Yeah, and you're picking up on that, when you listen to that. I'm telling you, I don't listen to a lot of different people's music. I don't have time. I listen to all the music that everyone sends to me. So there might be someone else doing the exact same thing that Dave is doing, but I don't know who they are. And I know that, some of these songs are just kick ass. Some of these songs are really amazing, and that's one of them.
Yeah, just like trying to compare, when y'all were trying to compare Aerosmith and the other band. I'm so tired.
Resisting Bite. I wasn't comparing Resisting Bite to Aerosmith. You could. There's a little bit of Aerosmith in there. There's a little bit of Judas Priest in there. There's a little bit of Guns N' Roses in there. So I can kind of answer Dave Jarvis's earlier question to you now in the same context, and that is that I really don't think that bands steal from other bands. Like Guns N' Roses. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Guns
that's
N'
what it
Roses
was.
stealing from Aerosmith. I don't think that they do. I think that is something, I think that what happens and what I do is that we honor our heroes. They are part of who we are. And so when we make music, it's our heroes, the stuff that we listen to, and have listened to all of our lives. It came out in my music. And so it came out in my music to such a degree, I would say, oh, that's my Sammy Hagar song. Oh, this is my Rolling Stones song. Like my song, rock and roll, rock and roll. That's my Rolling Stones song, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so, you know, you might say you borrow. I mean, listen, I think you could like take the Rolling Stones and you could sit down and write a song almost based on your favorite 10 Rolling Stone songs and make a great record if that's how you chose to write and how you choose to do it. But me personally, I write because I have melodies in my head and in my heart all the time. And so it's just a matter of having something that I feel like I can't live without. And so I pick up the guitar and I'm playing guitar or playing on the piano all the time. So I'll play it, you know, and it's kind of crazy because now I've gone from this process, JoJo Chick Rock, of being 40 years old and learning music and all of that, and even recording music and performing with bands and, you know, everything, to where now today, you know, I literally have just an endless amount of songs that just keep stacking up every time I write another one.
Yeah, that last CD, I only heard it through the Avalon studio, and I just thought it was great. And then, excuse me, people that write songs, I also wonder, like, what are they thinking when they wrote their songs, you know? And especially something that I like a whole lot is like, where did they get
what song? Who are you talking about?
Well, like the rock and roll.
Ah,
You know,
okay.
I was wondering what you were thinking when you wrote that one.
Well, you don't have to wonder too much about what I'm thinking when I write a song. So let's not get off the rails here tonight, darling.
Well, I know Candy Girl, I didn't have to wonder about it, you know. That was a cool song.
Well, thank you very much for bringing it up. So to all, hey, it's too bad that you're not up here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, because I'm telling you, tomorrow night, this Resist and Bite show is going to be so fucking good. There it is. Resist and Bite. It doesn't matter to me if
So are you going to show some of it or record some of it? Or
I plan on it, but I don't want to make any promises.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to make any promises. But before we move on, back to rock and roll, it goes,
yeah,
all night long, carpet burn on her knees, left her begging please for more rock and roll. I mean, it literally had my ode to Mick Jagger on there. I'm like, hey, if I'm going to sing about getting carpet burns for hard sex, you know, in the middle of the song, then I'm going to Mick Jagger that shit.
Well, hell yeah.
But I fit it into that punk rock context. Hey, I got to take a piss. Do you want to talk a minute and listen to more music, or you need to go?
I can talk for a little bit longer.
All right. Well, let's listen to a song, and I'll be right back. Everybody, this is a kick-ass song that Chick Rock just brought up. Hey, let me take this graphic off so everybody can see your... Hey, do you see that JoJo Chick Rock? Talk for a minute so we can see your image bounce.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah, that's what happens. When you talk or when I talk, your image kind of bounces and people see that.
Yeah, I saw David's image bounce a little bit. Oh, I see it now. That's so much fun.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, everybody. So she brought it up. JoJo Chick Rock requesting Hard Candy Girl. And you already know, you don't have to use your imagination to know what this song's all about. Featuring the lead guitar dynamics of Kayla Kent.
Yeah, she's
Where's the Hard Candy Girl? The kind that you suck on. Show me down your aisle. How many licks does it take to get to the middle? How many licks does it take? How many licks does it take to get to the middle? How many licks does it take? Yummy cherry pie.
there it is. You heard me scream and you heard me shout my heart out.
That's kind of like goosebump stuff there. So
It
you're
is
saying
to me.
So you're saying you're a screamer, huh? I'm just messing with you.
Well, are you a squirter?
Yeah. Might as well just whip it all out, huh?
I just had to go there because you're having fun. I'd have fun with you. Hey, have you seen this? There is a YouTube channel called Dandelion Chef that stole the music from Dave Jarvis's X610 Chill. See that? X610 Chill. Can you see that on the screen?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's right there. X610 Chill. Let's see what this sounds like. How do you turn it up?
I don't know. I've got mine turned up and I haven't been able to hear much.
Well, let me just try this real quick. I'm going to do that. And
Speaking of dandelions, there aren't any here. I've been looking for some.
In your yard. I figured it out. I had the volume turned down on the video. All right, so here we go. Check this out. You are empowered already. Just take advantage of the opportunity before you to enrich your life, to enrich your blood, enrich your mind with dandelion. You are empowered already.
Man, the music goes with that video just perfectly.
How about that?
Yeah.
You are already empowered.
Meaning
that's the wonderful thing about this life, JoJo Chick Rock, is you are already empowered.
And the thing to do is do what your heart and soul tells you to do.
Take advantage of the opportunities that are before you.
Yeah, I'm trying to see that. I'm trying, especially in my situation, I have to do that to keep myself up. You know, my spirits up, you know. But I do want to say you got to have some good music to make that happen.
Well, with that.
My man.
Hey, get some gum.
Working with the public, trying to take a piss, smile. Everybody asking me how much that is. Well, read it for me, Yoda. What those numbers represent? And then they pause for a second, say 99 cents. You did it, big guy. There's a tornado outside, so you rest your fucking life for a darn cool lights. I'm not trying to judge, but I'm hungover as shit, and every word out your mouth is fucking mongoloidish. Fake P gets more jobs than college degrees. Learning to read is as popular as Chinese cheese. Schizophrenics are my favorite, hopping up and down the pavement, rocking a hospital bracelet casket if I got a basement. Giving me some filthy cash that they just fished out their ass. Sanitizer on my hands won't wash away your stinking gas. Pointing at the product like they were a caveman, talking on their speakerphone. Tweaker bitches need a tan. How much this? How much that? Give me some boys Russian cream throwbacks. What that is, what that was. I'm still on paper, give me CBD buds. How much this? How much that? And give me some boys and Russian cream throwbacks. What that is, what that was. I'm still on paper, give me CBD buds. How much these is? Jesus, will you learn English? I ain't being facetious. I don't got motherfucking psychokinesis. Relax. tell you wanna scream, cause I can smell your bag of shit with a hint of mildew. Got no hate, but you need some shampoo. Try opening up your mouth when you speak, fucking creep. Sounding like a ventriloquist without any teeth. They be asking why I'm taxing. I ain't the government, I'm a Texan. You got some nuts and you wanna flex them. Turn right around, go another direction. Nah, I don't care about your fucking election. Tell your bitch she give an erection. Stick my dick in without protection. Fill her ass up, make her have a C-section. Crack fiends doing back handsprings, yelling yes queen. Asking for a chore, boy screams when I'm the God screams. See the sign that says don't lean. I forgot you can't read. Forrest Gump's got you beat, Lieutenant Dan ice cream. How much this? How much that? Give me some bullets, Russian cream throwbacks. What that is, what that was. I'm still on paper, give me CBD buds. How much this? How much that? And give me some bullets, some Russian cream throwbacks. What that is, what that was. I'm still on paper, give me CBD buds. How much this? How much that? 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 Give me some bullets, Russian cream throwbacks. What that is, what that was. I'm staying on paper, give me CBD buds.
Yeah, sorry about that. I kind of blinked out and came back, but I wanted to ask you, is this
Oh,
some
we
of your
missed you
music?
so much while you were gone. What's
You
that,
did
dear?
what?
We missed you so much while you were gone.
That's funny. But thank you. I appreciate
Oh,
that.
really? Tick Rock? We rocking and rolling, man. There's people watching us. They're listening. They're like having a good time with us. So how are you? You made it.
Yeah, what did you say?
How are you doing tonight? You made it once again.
Yep, I finally made it to the podcast, and I find myself having a really good time in here, because, I like to talk about music and bands, and technique and style, and I could talk about a guitar, because I build them and fix them and stuff like that. That's just another hobby that I got into because sometimes I'm too broke,
Right.
But
Well, you should
yeah,
do
the
more.
things,
You
huh?
should do more. You should do more of it.
Oh yeah. Well, the repairs where I'm at now, I'm just getting settled in. I don't know anybody, so, but mostly what I do, I'm a bike mechanic, and I've been doing a lot of that here lately.
Have you? Good.
Yeah, pays pretty good. It's for the distance cycling bikes. And I work on all kinds and keep people going. Now,
So
as far as
you
cycling,
actually make a little bread?
oh yeah, I make money.
Nice.
And
That's
it's like
so
I got,
fucking cool.
yeah, I'm using my son's garage, and people bring me their bikes and I repair it while they sit there and watch.
I'm proud of you.
No, well, thanks. It's just something that I do. It's something I got into because I'm a distance cyclist, or was, but I'm getting back to that too.
Right.
Hell yeah. Now, right now, there's not very many guitar shops here.
Mhm.
So I'm having trouble with my floating tremolo on my Ibanez. It's like I've never had this much trouble getting it to go back and get it to where the intonation is good. So I'm going to have to bring that in. And then while I'm doing that, I'm going to shop around. And I
Are
think
you
I'm going to
friends with Damon Martinez?
do what?
Do you know Damon Martinez? I'm sure you do. I feel funny even asking.
Was he that acoustic guitarist?
No, he's a local guitar builder.
Oh,
He's one of the last, I guess. Let me see if I can find him here. Chris, that's what his name is. Chris
Oh.
Damon. I think
Yeah.
most people call him Chris. I'm going to try to find his Facebook page here so I can show you. He's got some nice guitars he's working on.
There's another man that I know. He works at the Guitar Center up there off of 30 and Collins, that area over there. And his nickname is Pockets. I'm trying to remember his whole name, but he's a real good guitar repairman.
All right, you see this right here?
Let me get into it.
That's Chris right there.
Well, what's he got on his head there?
He's got a Jackson. So this
Oh.
look there. He's promoting the Prophecy show. But let's scroll on down. Look at those Jacksons there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd really
yeah.
like to get my hands on a Jackson too. The playability on a Jackson and an Ibanez is
All right,
really good.
He just recently painted this guitar right here.
Oh, that looks good.
Isn't that fucking awesome?
Yeah.
You should follow him on Facebook. There's
I
his
like
name.
that lime green.
There's his name right there. So anybody watching and paying attention, we have a local guitar luthier out of Gun Barrel, Texas.
Really? Is that where he's at, Gun Barrel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man.
He's honestly just barely kicking it around, you know. He doesn't have the notoriety of a Buddy Blaze or something.
Well, you know, guitar luthiers, I look at them being able to repair a neck and all those other things. Ooh, that's a nice collection. Man.
Nice. That's why I'm going through and showing you, because there he is when he was painting that guitar. So yeah, he actually fixes up these guitars and paints them and everything. And he's been doing more of it recently. So I just thought I'd share it with you and anyone else watching.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be looking at PSR maybe. I played one time and I cried when I hung it back up on the wall. It was so nice, but it was out of my range, you know?
Yep, I know the feeling. Back when I was playing in Me and My Dad Friends.
Oh, yeah.
I was playing, music every day for, a lot of hours every day for years. And so one of the things I would do is pretty much every week is I'd go up to a Guitar Center and play Smoke on the Water just to piss people off. I'm kidding. I would play a different guitar every week. I'd go up there and I played many of the guitars and they had no problem with me playing the guitars. They actually liked I'd play all my songs. I'd sit there and go through my whole routine for a good hour or so.
So when on a guitar neck, which one do you like more? The C shape or the flat neck? Because like on a Dean guitar, like the one Diamond played.
I like more of a flat neck, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like the C-shaped neck for me, just because my hands are small.
Smaller. Yeah. See, I don't have that issue. I have very long fingers. Here, let me get rid of this, and I'll turn on my camera and show you and everyone else. Let's see. Switch this out. These fingers.
Damn.
So yeah, I have
fingers.
no problem gripping a guitar. That's the least of my issues.
Oh, you got a new acoustic?
No, it's not new. This is my Alvarez.
You got an Alvarez? Wow.
This has been my only acoustic guitar.
Damn, how old is that? Because you can't find one anymore.
People don't sell them. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, I've had it for about 10 years.
Wow. That's a nice score.
Right? It sounds beautiful. I love the guitar.
Well, Rick, you definitely have the voice.
Oh, yeah. I have
Damn
the
sure
voice
do.
to drive people crazy, to make you out of your head nuts. No, thank you. You know, I don't know what to say. I think I have a good voice. I enjoy my voice. And if I didn't, I would have never pursued music, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened was that, do you know Mark Aiken?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, there's a guy named Mark Aiken. He has a solo record called Alien Car Crash.
Wow.
And his biggest claim to fame, and it's humongous to me. People don't know him for it though, is that the cartoon series Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay.
Mark Aiken did all the music, like all the sounds you hear, everything. That's Mark Aiken.
Really?
Yeah. And so he's a local badass, and I knew him, and I contacted him and asked him if he had time to help me write some songs, and we cut a deal. I paid him a little change, you know, make it worthwhile. I was able to at the time, and it's what I wanted to do was, you know, pursue music with someone that I felt like was on my caliber. And so I was right. We wrote 7 songs in 7 weeks. So we wrote 1 song a week for 7 weeks in a row. And he was getting married, and he was like, "You know what, Rick, this shit's like too good. And I can't commit to it. So I need to walk away from it, you know, like a baby. You know, I just can't commit. Like, I got to go because this music is like too good." He said, "I've never written songs this good, this fast ever in my life."
Wow.
And I'm getting married and I have a child to look out for. I got to go. So his name was Mark Aiken. But I knew right then, I was like, fuck, what kind of badass am I?
Right.
Well, one of those songs that we wrote was called Love Revolution.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
And so that's kind of how my musical journey continued. Was I was able to play that one song, right? And so I'm hanging out with these guys that teach guitar, and you know, I know, or you know, good guitarists and everything. And so I play this song for them, and there you go. I wanted to cue it up and chat with you for a second while I was queuing it up. So anyway, that's what happened, Joanne, was like I wrote this song called Love Revolution with Mark Aiken. He was playing guitar. He recorded the drum tracks and put a bass line on it, and I did the vocals.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I thought the musician part of it came from a couple other people. I didn't know this. Wow.
Well, that's why I'm telling you, you know, I'm having a good time. Why not?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I wrote it with Mark Aiken, that song Love Revolution. But it's real.
How'd you run into him? I mean, how'd you meet him to do this?
Let's see. I'd run into him at shows like most other people for a long time.
Oh, okay.
It's a real easy song to play. It's just like this. So it's a very simple song, like almost Judas Priest kind of, British steel pop kind of a song. And so I could play it on guitar, and so I played it, and I found some people that would play it with me, and I'm gonna play that for you. Do you want to hear it real quick?
Well, sure. Sure. It's been a long time since I heard you play or sing, do anything. I'm like, lay it on me.
I'm not gonna play. I'm gonna play the recorded version. The band is called Mr. Freak and the Freak Show Band.
Oh yeah.
And the song is called Love Revolution. And I put a lot of time and heart and blood into this shit right here. I hope you enjoy.
I do have that in my collection.
Take care of our house and leave others alone. You're free to die as I am the live. It all comes down to a choice. I made mine, now you make yours. Give me liberty or give me death. Love, love, love revolution. Love, love, love revolution. Love, love, love revolution. Love. Dominate. Ha ha ha. No one trusts the media. No one trusts our government. Why believe another word they say?
Wow.
Just to no one. I am my own authority. All we need is law. Let it be there. No, no, no revolution. No, no. No revolution, no, no, no revolution, no. Dominate the guitar. Oh! It's a party up in here tonight. Well, I got something to say about that. I got something to say.
No thanks, man.
Well, I'll keep my liberty, and you can keep your change. Love, love, love revolution. Love, love, love revolution. Love, love, love revolution. Love, dominate. Love, love, love revolution. Love, 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 love revolution. Love, 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 love revolution. Love.
Thank
yeah,
you,
I like
JoJo.
that. I like that. That's not exactly like I remember it, but it does have a point in there, and you have a political message in there as well. And it wasn't a real radical song. You're just saying something that, something dear in your heart. Yeah, I want to keep my freedom and stuff too, and they can just go on their own merry way.
Yes.
You said all that without saying fuck off,
Well, one of the things that it says that's the most radical is that you're as free to die as I am to live. So what I did was I just turned around. I'm as free to, give me liberty or give me death,
Yeah.
If you turn that around, it's, hey, wait, if I'm going to be free. So if you don't like it, you can go die. I mean, really,
Yeah.
I don't, I hate in one hand, saying something like that because I don't want to ever encourage anyone to blow their brains out literally.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm an artist. I'm hoping that everyone can blow their brains out figuratively in the sense that is literal, where they just be themselves. People are going to either like you or hate you no matter what you do. So you might as well just be yourself. And
Yeah,
so
don't
to
be
me,
something you're not.
that's what blow your brains out means to me personally is,
Well,
blow
seem
your
like
brains
all
out.
your songs have a really cool message.
Thank you. Yep. I mean, I don't know. That's how it works for me. Music is a way of expressing who I am. And
So where did
so,
you go
like I
through?
told Dave earlier tonight, I'm a
Oh,
sex addict. So some of my songs are about eating pussy and fucking chicks till you have carpet burns on your knees, and some of my songs are about, hey, wait a minute, question authority.
yeah. Well, I've been through the carpet burn thing, so
Everybody has.
got to be careful with that.
Everybody has. Good to have you in the club.
Yeah. Good times.
Hey, you know what I advise everyone always? If you're having relationship troubles, like you're having, challenges with your marriage after 2 kids or whatever, that's when it's time to get down on the floor with the one that you love. It really is. It's time to get off of the bed and off of the couch and off of the washer and dryer and just get down on the fucking floor with the one that you love. That's when you're going to get to know them the best. Or that's when you're going to get to know each other the best, is making love on the floor.
Yeah. That and a beanbag chair and a half a hit of acid.
All right. And the bathroom at Jack in the Box. And, I know, but
I'm just screwing with you. Yeah, but you're right. I mean, when you're down there on the floor, it's like there's no boundaries there. You're just in the moment. If you end up on the floor, then that was just definitely.
it's just you two. It's just 2 people or more.
Yeah, it's spontaneously too.
I'm talking about, though, and I don't mean, all of that, but the reason for the floor is because, like, there's nothing to aid you.
Oh, okay.
You either have the muscle and the want to and the desire to fucking rough it out, or you don't.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
and I
that pretty
believe
much
in
tells your
making the
partner.
best of things always. Rough it out, ladies and gentlemen. One carpet burn at a time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, if it starts hurting on one side, flip it over and keep on going.
Jojo Chick Rock, how has your week been this week?
I'm trying to make the best out of a situation here. And, I'm back on my guitar again, and I pulled out I got this purple book or folder that's full of all the songs that were on my playlist. And so I've been going back over those.
Oh, you've been playing?
Yeah. I've got this, I've got a Dean guitar in here that I can play, and my Ibanez is not working. And so I've been playing. I went and bought a chair, and I've got my mic set up, and I just come in here in my room and I just practice. And if it gets a little loud, it gets a little loud. But I've been working on my technique, and it's starting to come back, and I'm playing things in a different light, because I lost so much time, and I'm back in it. There's some days I'm crying, because of the downtime, but
Always.
yeah, and so, but the fact that I'm able to do this again, starting to get happy. Yeah, I remember before I got sick, I was actually doing tablatures for eruption, and I had this thing. I have a photographic memory, so I
Yep.
can memorize one page every day. But I never did get it up to speed.
Right.
I really pushed myself because I want to. Just like my cycling, I want to push myself and be the best at that too. I don't know what it is about me, but I try to be the best at everything. That might be kind of
Well,
crazy, huh?
It either is who you are or it isn't. That's kind of the way I think of it, is that I didn't make the choice here to be who I am. I was born hyperactive, so
Yeah.
I can't sit still. I don't have that ability to like wake up slow and I wake up ready to go. I get a lot of shit done every day.
Oh yeah, I see that. When you're doing the painting videos, I see that.
I work my ass off and it feels good, and I look around me and I go, damn, I need to figure out a way to maintain my health and work at this level at the same time. And that's why I eat the dandelion, because that's leafy green. It strengthens my blood and it gives me really exactly what I need to, at 57 years of age now, continue to kick ass.
What? You don't look 57. Really?
I don't feel 57,
Yeah.
especially when I see my other 57-year-old friends.
Right. But you're right about those dandelions. They detox your liver and clean your blood and do all kind of good things for you. There's not any growing here. I guess all the refineries killed them, And so I put in an order.
They're around there. You just have to look for them. You have to know it. You have to, it's like anything else. You have to, when you buy a new car, then you see everyone else has a new car. So when you're just mindful of it and you know where they tend to grow, they have to be there.
Yeah, I've been looking. People use pesticides here. I got upset with my son because they putting all that crap out there in his yard, and I'm going like, man, there's a natural way to do stuff. But there's something I noticed when I'm walking, going out on my walks, is that clover. People mow around the clover. I'm seeing all these little purple flowers everywhere. So people
That's
are
called hen bit. The purple flowers are hen bit.
Oh, really? Why they
They
call
get
them
that.
that?
Chickens like to eat them.
Oh, okay. But
So it's HENBIT, hen bit.
oh, okay. Well, it's good to know that people are preserving what clover grows around here.
They're actually in the mint family. The hen bit with the purple flowers, they're in the
Yeah.
mint family. And if you eat them, like when I eat, I'm like today, I'm outside eating what's called curled duck, and then I eat a lot of dandelion. And when I eat that hen bit, it's, if you eat the greens, it's like eating like a mint or it's like eating a herb with your lettuce.
Okay, I'll have to try that. I was just really happy to see that
Well, if you
some
go,
people are mindful of the clover. Maybe I'll eventually see dandelions somewhere.
it's there. It grows in under tree lines. It needs half of a day shade, and it needs water.
Right. Well, we get a
Every
lot of water here.
I can promise you many things about the world, but one of those are that every place in the world where there is a shade line, so it means half of the day or so is in the shade. and there's water runoff. I can promise you there's fucking dandelion there every place in the world. Oh, as long as there's sunshine, you know.
Right. Well, I really miss my old place down there on the creek. I had a lot of dandelions out there, you know. I can go out there and get a handful anytime that I wanted, you know. And I did feel better. I really did. When I had that my diet every day, I felt better. Good stuff.
It's a crazy world that we live in, you know, where, you know, real food is almost the most inaccessible thing. Resist and Bite was on tonight, and you know, Nathan Utz here was eating Wendy's chicken nuggets. Did you see that? Were you tuned in when Resist and Bite was on earlier tonight?
No, I missed that.
Oh, let's listen to this new song. Have you heard this song yet?
No.
It's called Baptized by Fire. I discovered this band, Resist and Bite, Chick Rock, like over a year ago. And they have one record out, one debut record. It's called Resist and Bite. And I've been jamming it for over a year. And this is the singer here. This is Nathan Utz, and he's been kind enough to come on our show twice in a row for the last 2 weeks. Yeah. Well, they're playing tomorrow night at Mavericks right here, Elmo Jones Productions. And this is their new song just released last night. It's called Baptized by Fire.
Wow.
She said, by all means, we want to go to Sodom. She wanted to go where the good times were. With their wealth came a lifestyle of hedonism, sexual obsession, and perversion, the like of which has hardly ever been equaled in the history of the world. As God has sent a flood to destroy our corrupted humanity in Noah's day, he sent a totally destroying judgment of fire.
Man, I like your intro.
I love those guitars.
I do too. I like that style. Wow.
Is
Wow,
that
those guys are first
badass?
class.
Yeah,
Huh?
all the way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really enjoyed their style.
Thank you.
So I think they're just gonna really blow up Mavericks tomorrow night. That's for sure.
They're too big of a band to be playing there.
Pardon me?
They're gonna blow it up.
That's for sure.
He said they're fucking animals in a cage. They're ready to blow.
Wow.
Think of it this way. They're driving from Nashville, Tennessee right now.
Oh man.
Arlington, motherfucking Texas, to be uncaged animals. They're gonna blow it up. It's gonna be badass.
Yeah, I'd love to see their instruments and what they're playing and
I bet you
how the hell they
would.
getting that sound, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, the guitar player, Stokes, he's the other guitar player. 2 dual lead guitar players there.
Yeah,
One
I like the style. I really did. Sound like warrior music, you know?
hell yeah, I'm into that. Mixed with a little switchfoot or something. I can't think of that pop style that's there yet. He told me last week it was. He mentioned a band. Not
It
coming to
sounds a
my head.
little bit like Five Finger Death Punch, but that's just a small part, you know?
No, it's
Hey, have you heard?
way more music than Five Finger Death Punch. Five
Right.
Finger Death Punch never recorded anything that musical.
Yeah.
What?
So are they from Tennessee or are they passing through? They're doing a show
No,
at Tennessee and coming through?
no, they're a Frankenstein band. You know, they're patched together.
Oh.
One of the guitar players is one of the original guitar players for Tesla.
Oh, no shit. What?
You already
Wow.
know. You already know. I don't talk about it a lot because I don't want people to go listen to it thinking, oh, I want to hear the guitar player from Tesla.
Yeah. Yeah, people would be expecting something else, but man, that's amazing. I really hate that I really dislike that I'm not able to see a show like that live.
If you ask me, his name is Tommy Skiot, right?
Yeah.
And if you ask me, we're all fucking lucky that he's taking this time out of his life, that he's decided this is what he's going to enjoy, and that he's
Wow.
hooked up with all of these cats, and you know, this is what they're fucking doing. I mean, right here in Arlington, Texas, tomorrow night, and they'll be down your way. They're going to play San Antonio.
Well,
Tomorrow,
San
Friday night.
Antonio is about another 3 hours or 4 hours from here.
Well, I'm just saying, if you
Yeah.
wanted to you could show up and say, "Hey, I'm JoJo Chickrock. I was on the show with you."
That's funny.
Isn't it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like how you think.
Well, what the fuck?
Well,
Listen,
so are they doing the advertisement up there really well? Is Mavericks
fuck,
putting
what
out the
do you
word?
think? We are the advertisement. Look at this shit. We're blowing shit up.
Well,
I'm
that's
telling
good.
you. We've been making the algorithms orgasmic all fucking night long.
Awesome.
When you
Awesome.
have 4 people on this panel, the YouTube and StreamYard algorithms are just fucking orgasming. There's like, ah. Okay, in practicality, what that means is that's when YouTube sends out those notifications, right?
Oh, okay.
And you're like, why am I getting a notification from this channel here and not all the other ones? Well, it's because somebody tickled the fucking algorithms and made them go, ooh. Yeah. So that's what we've been doing. We've been making those damn algorithms orgasmic all night. Because when you have 4 people on the panel, that's the orgasmic, you know, that's the climatic level.
Yeah. Keep talking.
When
I'm
you
messing with you.
When you get 5 people on there, I'm not kidding you. When you get 5 or more people on the panel, It's all about fucking the algorithms. I'm all about that shit. You have to be smarter than the system. And believe it or not, I'm sitting here eating fucking chips and French dip. Talking to you, Joe.
Well, growing boy, gotta eat.
Yeah.
Think you're doing a good job there.
And while we're doing this, like the guys in Resist and Bite are probably, going, damn, can we still pick up? Yeah, they're probably listening.
They're probably what?
Listening. They're probably still listening.
Oh, okay. Well, I sure would like to see that group, and I guess I can find them on YouTube for now,
Yeah. You can also just go to their website. They have a website. I'll pull it up here in a second. It's just Resist and Bite.
Yeah, that's the first band I've heard in a long time that I really want to hear,
Well, let's go ahead and listen to another song. How's that sound?
That would be great. That'd be groovy.
All right. Well, what I want to do is we're going to officially enter into the phase here of being demonetized and having to edit this video. So before I do that, I want to play something in honor of Elmo Jones Productions. Is that cool with you?
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yep. Of all the cool shit that Jerry Warden and Elmo Jones Productions has done in, recent years, not past years, this guy is so fucking amazing that it would take multiple, like he is a Netflix series. He potentially could be the next Tiger King, the Metal King,
Well, I tell you,
Jerry Warden of Elmo Jones Productions.
Yeah, Mr. Jerry Warden's he can really find and book some of the best bands.
All right. Well, the thing that I personally am the most proud of him for doing in the recent past years is what he's done with Anvil. And I didn't know that.
To never, ever give up on your dream, no matter the odds, no matter the obstacles.
Never give up.
The answer is unwavering conviction. It's superhuman courage, which are topics explored in today's conversation with my friend, Sasha Gervasi, a writer, a filmmaker, and the documentarian behind Anvil, the story of Anvil.
Wow.
Which is this unlikely, can you even believe this is real, Spinal Tap narrative about an unlikely 80s metal band who never quite made it, but refused to give up, whose protagonists, Lips Kudlow and Rob Reiner, joined today's conversation.
Wow.
Like literally, these guys are going to turn the music world upside down.
This self-financed indie, much like the band it portrays, was almost never seen by anyone.
As big as an influence as they had on everybody just sort of ripped them off and then sort of just left him for dead.
Damn.
But against all odds, this film becomes a cult classic. It's now lauded as one of the greatest rock and roll documentaries of all time.
Wow.
And also...
Yeah, that's my way of giving a shout out to Jerry Warden. I think that one of the coolest fucking things that he has done is he brought Anvil to, I believe, Diamond Gems. But when that documentary was being made, Jerry Warden brought Anvil here, and he has a relationship with Lips, and people don't even know how.
Damn, I hated that I missed that. Crap.
How badass Metal on Metal. That record was a kick-ass record in the heavy metal world.
Yeah, I remember Anvil and Jackal and
Metal on Metal. Now, Jackal, that's another band. That's back in my sexy world, and I like.
But I remember.
Can you see the screen here?
Yes.
All right. Can you like listen to this? Do you have time to listen?
Well, sure.
All right. This is like one of my favorite. You know, it's hard for me to say I have a favorite song off of this record, but the band Resist and Bite, they have a debut record with like 10 songs on it. And this song is called I. It's one of my favorite songs on this record.
And action.
I leave behind a shadow, clinging to the dust. Sadness and the sorrow, a piece of each of us. A shadow proves that light has come from somewhere else. In darkness or in daylight, I search to find myself. I can break a brain. I can find another flame. I don't have to take the fall. It's what I'm fighting.
It's what I'm fighting for.
Now I know that I can bleed. I've got something to prove. Before my God is taking me, I've got something to do. The shadow proves that light has come from somewhere else. In darkness or in daylight, it shines inside myself. I can break your brain.
Wow.
It's what I'm fighting for. What I'm fighting for.
Yeah, that's pretty deep. I like that.
Is what I'm fighting for.
Listen to that shit.
Man, I needed to hear that. That's my mantra.
Is that fucking killer or what?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I is what I'm fighting for. You see, if everyone just fought for themselves in a proper perspective, you know, be yourself like no one else. That's the name of this fucking game, man. Nobody cares about anything else anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing about being yourself. You got to get to that point where you don't give a shit what other people think and do what your soul wants you to do. That's what I tell myself. So it's a fight. It is a fight for me.
Sure, it's a fight just to put one foot in front of the other.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes not. You know, usually it is, but sometimes not.
That's funny.
Yeah, die with your boots on. You know, that's really how it works. You know, I mean, To think that there's going to be sunshine and no rain is insanity. So life is opposition. It's about how you respond to that opposition and, you know, grow, if you will, through it.
Well, I like how you said that, how you respond to opposition. And, you know, and I don't know, the last 10 years, you know, the way I respond to opposition was either to walk away because it takes too much energy to argue, you know, just keep on keeping myself picked up, or, you know, beat some ass, you know.
Choosing your battles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes, like in martial arts, for example, the highest trait is to walk away.
Well, that is true, you know, because there's no winner in a fight. That's both people come out looking pretty bad. But yeah,
Well,
it takes
but
two.
even before the fight, before the art, before the fight, the highest trait of martial arts is to not fight, is to walk away. That's what I'm saying. And I know that like misses the whole point of martial arts. That, oh wait, these fuckers need to fight. Yeah, of course, you know, of course. But the highest trait of the art is to walk away.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I agree with you on that.
So there's something to be said for walking away from problems that are so enormous that, you know, they're like an ocean. They're unmovable.
Yeah, I guess you can walk away and think a while, but don't ever give up.
Yeah, that's the difference, you know, walking away from an obstacle that's too enormous, that's even, you know, part of your personal life is one thing, but giving up, nah, that's entirely another. You know, to quote Evel Knievel, right?
Yeah.
The only person that is unsuccessful is the person that refuses to give up. The person that refuses to get up. We all get knocked down, you know. It's all about getting up. And that comes from Evel Knievel, a guy who broke his bones to entertain us, you know, and make a living for his family and love his freedom, because Evel Knievel was very vocal about his liberty. He lived it.
Yeah, he definitely did what his soul wanted him to do, and he didn't give a, you know what.
Well, he gave
He went
broken
out there and
bones.
done it.
He gave broken bones. That was my point.
Yeah.
And then he got up, and that was his point. You know, get up, motherfucker. Get up. Yeah. Like falling down's part of life. You know, that's more natural than getting up is.
I like your philosophy. I really do. You're a smart man.
I don't know about that. I just know that all of life is about putting one foot in front of the other. And that's the only goddamn way you get out the door.
I get that. Okay, now I get you about, yeah, I think I've been there a couple times about putting one foot in front of the other.
I think most people are there always, because most people are, you know, rushing out the door when they're passing the dandelion to go get chicken nuggets at Wendy's. But they're rushing out the door to be someone that they're not, is my point.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about being yourself, being you through all the bullshit. That's what I'm talking about. Being the person that's happy to be at that house party, you know, living life to the fullest in a sweaty house, you know, listening to music, a house party with music. I was referring to that lizard. You all right? You make it?
Yeah,
I can play some background music to that.
I'm sorry, I was trying not to cough.
Check it out. Oh, here's something we'll put some swing into it. So that's more X610 chill right there.
That was who? Oh, okay.
Dave Jarvis, the other
Yeah,
host.
it sounded like it.
The other host of this show. That's a whole different song. Hey, you know what?
Excuse me. What is it?
What else is going on? You need a break? I need a break. Have you heard this? This is the brand new Iron Jaw. Iron Jaw, I know that you heard Tonight We Raid and all that. This is fucking Pyromancer.
This is Iron Jaw?
Pyromancer.
What does the future hold? Feet spanning on disease. Pray for my enemy. Threaten my legacy. Show no mercy.
Oh, yeah. That was great. I was up dancing around to that one. I had to go get a tablet to write down the name of all these new groups you're telling us about. Let's see. Well, tap, tap, tap. Is anybody in there?
Hey, what are your plans for next week?
For next week?
Yep.
Like,
I mean, next weekend. This weekend coming up. That's what I meant to say.
No, I'm not too sure about that yet. You know, I'm still going through my stuff here.
What is there to do in LaPorte, Texas?
Yeah.
What is there to do? You got a local rock and roll bar?
You know, the stuff that you can do here is definitely do a lot of fishing and crabbing.
Really? You can still do a lot of fishing and crabbing?
Yeah. And they have the Port Authority over here where these big old ships come in, and I think they got like 7 docks over there, and they had that going on. And I'm trying to think of the good stuff that's here, though. They have
I've been to Lake Jackson before.
Lake Jackson. I'm not sure where that is.
I think it's east. I think you're west, like further southwest down the coast.
Yeah, I'm about 45 minutes from Galveston, so.
Oh,
I think,
no, you're real close. Yeah, Lake Jackson is right in there.
Oh, yeah?
It's called Lake Jackson. I went out there to support Ron Paul. Ron Paul had a big event where it was the Tea Party convention back before the Tea Party was hijacked back in its very origins. Ron Paul brought a ship up the canal there in Lake Jackson and was throwing barrels off that said IRS and Federal Reserve and shit like that.
Do what? You want to tell me that again? What did Rand Paul do?
Ron Paul. Not Rand. Not a Rand Paul.
Oh, some history going on here.
Yeah. Can you hear my voice? Am I coming through okay?
Yeah, you seem to be coming through. It's just not that loud.
Huh. That's interesting. All right. Well, while we're talking about it, let me do something.
Well, they do have, excuse me, and Galveston, they have the Moody Gardens you can go through. It's pretty nice over there. And they have a botanical garden, and you go outside and you can play the dolphins. That's pretty cool. And I'm not too far from the boardwalk.
Yeah.
There's a yachts and sailboats and stuff like that over there. Plus, they have a lot of fine restaurants, you know, like Saltgrass and the aquarium. And the way the boardwalk is built, you're out there over water. You can eat your dinner, or you can go ride the Ferris wheel. There's a lot to do out there. I think that's like about a half an hour, 25 minutes away, you know, going through the traffic. So that's not too bad. Or you can just go over there and go for walks around the pier and actually see a lot of stuff.
You ever make it out there?
Oh yeah, I went at Christmas time, and then I went not too long ago, just to go for a walk, you know, and see what was around there.
You ever get out and play guitar?
No, I haven't done that yet. There's not that many places. I think there's like 2 bars, you know, down across the freeway I'm thinking about going to play at, but that's going to be a little bit longer.
Yeah. All right, dear. Well, I don't know what to tell you, but to thank you very much for joining me tonight. I do have some concerts. You want to talk about some concerts coming up here locally?
The things that are coming up local. Hold on.
Let's see. Of course, tomorrow night, where everybody's going to be in Dallas-Fort Worth, is Arlington, Texas for Resist and Bite. But I always want to give a shout out to my boys, the people that are friends of Blow Your Brains Out. And that would be Raid. The band Raid is playing this weekend, Saturday at O'Reilly's with Among the Fallen. That's another Blow Your Brains Out band, friendly band. And we hope to play their new song that they have coming out. There's some more Resist and Bite pictures. Everybody go get your Resist and Bite. Katie Lynn. Katie's a friend of Blow Your Brains Out. She has a show coming up February 25th, Diamond D's in Granbury. Of course, again, there's our Resist and Bite. Shout out to Cortez. And
now, when is Cortez playing?
They're supposed to be playing tomorrow night, but honestly, I think they might have drummer problems, so I don't say anything. Hey, check this out. Death to All. This is a tribute band to the band Death. And they're coming through at Amplified on March the 15th. So that's coming up here in just a couple of weeks. March 23rd at Amplified, Death Metal Show. March the 10th here. We got another Death Metal Show. February the 25th. So that's already passed. And this is coming up in March the 24th. Speaking of Denton, Texas, we have the Wee Beasties coming at you. Hell or High Waisted Spring 2023 tour with the Flame Trick Subs, Little Baby Tendencies, and Soul Shifter. That's right. Soul Shifter would be Bolt Neck Studios' very own. And that's at Rubber Gloves. $20 for that show. How about that? That's pretty wild, right? $20 for a show. I'd say that's pretty wild. All right. And so Electric Vengeance, the punkest of punk rock of Blow Your Brains Out, March 11th. All right, everybody. We're going to end the show tonight. We got some Resist and Bite for you. Thank you, JoJo Chick Rock. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Resist and Bite. We'll see everybody tomorrow night.
Oh, I'm sorry, I lost where I was at.